when Jeffrey was in the pen, in the holding pen.
Oh, you talk about, I don't think they can go that way with this, Sister Wife, because everybody's watching it too closely, and they know that what happened to Jeffrey Epstein. How are we gonna replicate that?
Simple. Simple. She gonna choke on something in the cafeteria. I don't know.
Oh my God, not choking on something in the cafeteria. I don't know how they're gonna get away
She
with
fell outside and hit her head on the concrete. Wow. I'm open to everything these people could do. I don't put, I put no restrictions on them. And what I say, people can call it conspiracy or hearsay or whatever. Sometimes I dabble in that. I ain't gonna lie, because it's funny. But it's anything at this point.
My conspiracy theory, I've been chilling, quiet.
Yeah, jump in whenever you can get in.
I believe that the only way Donald Trump is going to get out of this is if they give his ass a heart attack. He going to be the one that they commit suicide on. They going to shoot him up like they did on Scandal that time that they killed the vice president. Y'all remember on Scandal?
No spoiler.
They gonna shoot him with like some kind of drug in his neck, like a really small little hole. And being that he already got all of these ailments, it's gonna look like he had a heart attack. And then the Epstein thing will just go on away because he'll no longer be in presidency. I land.
Anybody want to add to that? Because I mean,
look, if you watched, 5-6 seasons of the show 24, you would also know that what Brooklyn's talking about is very close to reality.
Well, I hope he's the one that goes. I mean, not, I know this room, but anyway, I'm just saying that I hope the person who committed the deeds, the dastardly, nasty shit, is the one who goes. And him and Jesseline both can get it as far as I'm concerned. But I don't think I want Trump to be the one left here to gloat and think he actually got away with something else again. You know what I'm saying? It's just like enough of him. It's time for him to be able to pay for some of the crimes that he's committed. Take responsibility. Well, not take responsibility. Be held responsible for some of the shit that he's done. Otherwise, he's back to scot-free, running around doing what to do.
Throwing Obama's name out like that is so disgusting.
Exactly.
And Martin Luther King, every black man.
No one is above him taken down, and you don't start with the black community and the black leaders, okay?
He already gonna mess around and do this for us. He gonna mess around and force Obama to actually come off the mic. And you notice how he wanted to just Obama. See, but Trump, I gotta check with my lawyers and my team. Well, I got some really good people around me. But because he wants to make Obama have to pay solo because you hear the fear in his voice about the Clintons. He has no problem going against Hillary, but he definitely understands that Clinton got some deep roots too now. So it comes down to a loyalty game. And this is what's funny, history will say about watching him. You're in the swamp talking about draining the swamp. You up in there because you know that now you're in a different level when you start talking about presidency and different things. See, now you're sitting in a seat though, unlike Trump Tower. It's a little bit different when you represent 330 million people. I know you represent who you represent when you're at the casinos and Jersey and Atlantic City, and that's one thing, and the businessman and dealing with China on the business level. But to be in the seat of this thing, George Washington was number one, and you're sitting in this seat now, and what that power yields all over Earth, and at this time in history. See, I don't think he's wise enough to understand it's bigger than him. What he's doing on his own personal level, and all those that are connected to him doing what they're doing on their own personal level, and everybody want to survive. And so, but this whole idea of justice, man, that's such a beautiful feeling. you know, when you strive hard and you run with most of the people that strive hard and they always come up on the short end of the justice system. But now you have the Justice Department in the name of the United States of America is going to look into it. But see, the world is watching, man. You got to imagine 100 years from now, when the smoke settles, 100, 250 years, whatever. You know, that, I just take comfort in that, to know that, bro, people are going to speak about you, man. Whatever you're doing right now in politics, keep on running with it, man. You want a little more leash? Run with it, man. But if you think you fooling the Supreme One, and you think you fooling people, bro, keep on running with it, man. No problem. So with Barack and whoever sits in that seat, Barack, name a president. You sitting up on some real stuff. So you're watching a man that has no problem throwing people under the bus. You watching this. And he been knowing this. When he saw Barack, this black man, president of the United States, that spurred him up. Tea Party, that drove something into the core of certain people across this country. Yesterday we was in a room there talking about white genocide. When white supremacy starts to lose its grip on the planet, which you're watching, now you're talking to the Philippines, you got Africans over here, and you speak English so well. You a fool, man. You in front the whole planet talking about a country. Oh, wow, your English is so great. Man, you the world, like Lisa, you said, the world is watching you, man. So we gonna have to all be at the mercy of it because we didn't create the Constitution. We born into this thing. We didn't create the Naturalization Act of 1790. You know what I'm saying? But it's well documented. White people, for 2 years, you can be a citizen. And that was a few days ago, man. 1863, the 14th Amendment. This is America, bro. And we over here trying to make America great again. When was it great? Who ask the Native Americans when it was great again. Ask the so-called Negroes when it was great again. You know, so now people are coming into the country to build it up, and you want to throw them out the country. Iceman's coming. Bro, people want to live as much as you want to live, whether you got billions or not. The desire for human beings to live, it requires truth and nutrients and right stuff in the body. I don't give a damn. You can eat M&Ms all day if you want to. Yeah. April, I know April don't want to hear no more of this. I got you. But you put the airplane out there. No problem, April. I know it's a lot to swallow. That's a lot to swallow. Let me land.
3 minutes, love. Come on.
Let me land in. I know it's a bit. I know that he don't give me the mic that often. So, but let me just say the stuff that the millions of people would like to say.
Truth, man. I hate to hear.
No, that's okay. It's okay. Don't worry about it. The truth gonna keep unfolding, bro. Tomorrow, next day, next week. Run from all of this, man. The jig is up. The jig is up. So go ahead on, man. We watching this unraveling of America. We watching it in front of our eyes, man. You know what I'm saying? So no problem. Trump, Biden, Obama. Who's next? The world is watching, man. No problem. Do your thing, y'all. But we ain't stupid. The planet ain't stupid. I don't care what the CEO says. The world is watching, man. And the babies. I'm going to end on this. You want me to go? Jesus said these words, suffer the little children to come unto me. Bring the children to some real loving individuals. Get them away from these devils. Y'all can have your room.
Okay, thank you for that.
Oh, come
So
on.
now,
No,
let me
come on,
see.
y'all.
What's up?
Come on. There you go.
Okay. So now let's see if we can turn this back around and connect this to what's going on with Obama and MLK. Let me see if I can find anything else that's come up more disparaging. But you know, the rooms on Clubhouse ain't being held by who Sweet's talking about. This is your own people throwing MLK under the bus, helping to throw him under the bus here on Clubhouse, so don't get it confused. Let me see. I was trying to find that other article. Have you guys seen anything to update what's going on with? Let me see if I can see if they did it. Because now they out, nobody gonna be talking. They're gonna be on the news shows now. They're not gonna be up there, you know, in Washington. Obama. So what we just heard a few minutes ago, nothing had picked up. He said that. Hold on for a second, I got the wrong one. Let me go back. I don't know why my phone has an echo, but I'm gonna deal with it. Okay, so now he's saying that Obama was the ring leader. Let's go back and look at this here. Oh, goddamn. I gotta go back one more screen. Hey, Levon, what's up? You got any breaking news on this? Okay.
Very on the fringe type of thing, where you then get kind of pushed.
That's a video. I don't want to play any more videos.
Wait, is Donald Trump's wife the first?
Levon was on the stage. Y'all see Levon raise her hand. Did y'all bring her up?
I give myself a little treat by wearing jeans into the office the following day. The partner stops me.
Mods, y'all see
I don't
Levon?
see any raised hands. Where's she at?
I don't know.
I'm
She
searching
raised
for
her
her.
hand, and then
I'm looking through the crowd.
oh, maybe she went back out. But I saw her hand. Maybe I.
Levon. I don't see her.
Okay, let me.
Oh, there's a raised hand. That's the
Wait, is Donald Trump's wife the first lady that did a full spread model?
Dissolve into the non-duality of God.
What do you mean by full spread? Wait a minute. What do you mean by full spread model?
She was a model. So
She got
Playboy, hustler.
Oh, you talking about nudes? You talking about nudes?
Here's
Well,
Rachel.
she
Rachel
was the first
Russian
lady.
TV.
She was the first lady trafficked by Jeffrey Epstein. Is that what you mean?
oh, dang. That's layers right there. Yes,
Uh-huh. Yeah.
that's true.
Scotty Plus.
She was the first lady who was
Scotty
trapped.
plus
Damn. Ooh. In spirit, it's not Scotty Ray. He is transformed now. He is.
I'm sorry.
He is spirit.
I'm used to calling Spirit Scotty, so sometimes I mess up, but he understands.
That's all right. That's all right.
That's a good one. Hey, Lisa. Okay, so what's up? Hey, girlfriend. We've been up. I don't know why we up 8 o'clock this morning or beyond, talking about this whole thing. Well, you know they offered Jocelyn. They actually subpoenaed her. Remember, she was talking about we talked about this yesterday. We're just trying to refresh the people who are just getting into it. But yesterday, Jocelyn was asking to come before the House. That I can recall, she asked. And then they kind of like ignored her, kind of like silenced her and didn't say too much about it. Then next thing I know it, they're saying that they were going down to speak with her. They agreed to do it. Then 14 minutes after that, they issued a subpoena. Did you hear about this?
I haven't heard the subpoena, but listen, this administration is acting like a banana republic. You got, what's his name, Mike Johnson. It's crazy. He is putting Congress in what do you call it? Like he's sending them off.
They're on their summer break. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, so I mean, he's doing it early, so they can't really do anything about the Epstein because the Congress is not in town. And then the really big thing is this Todd Blanche. I think this is his name. I'm doing my steps now. The assistant to Pam Bondi. I believe he was Trump's personal attorney. This is highly, highly unethical. Highly unethical and a conflict of interest. And Trump's sitting there lying, but he has no idea what's going on. Yes, sucker, you know what's going on. You already told them what to do. This is very suspicious. I wouldn't be surprised if later on they damn pardon this damn lady, okay? Because now all of a sudden you're going to go talk to...
Can you say that again? If they did what to her?
That they pardoned her at some point.
Sorry.
I mean, she got nothing to lose. She wants her freedom. I don't know what she says is like I can trust it with this Department of Justice. I'm sorry. I just don't trust this. This just seems highly, highly suspect, Lisa. This is not, like, if you want to release something, I don't really care about the grand jury. Release the FBI 302 investigative reports. That's going to show stuff. Release that. They're very selective about what they want to release. Highly suspicious. I don't trust this.
I don't trust like that.
Any kind of shit right now.
I don't trust like that.
And just as a reminder, because one of the central figures in all of this is Alan Dershowitz, who is Trump's personal friend and has been for years. And the only reason that Congress can't subpoena him or FBI can investigate him is because he was Epstein's defense attorney in 2007 and therefore has attorney-client privilege. And even though Dershowitz has been on the list and the flight logs as many times as probably anybody else, they can't talk to him because of attorney-client privilege.
Bingo.
Okay, what did you just say? What they can't talk to who because attorney-client privilege?
Alan Dershowitz, because he was Epstein's defense attorney in 2007, the one who reached the plea deal with Alex Acosta, the prosecutor in Florida, who prosecuted Epstein, who later became the labor secretary for Trump in his first administration. So Alan Dershowitz was the defense attorney for Jeffrey Epstein and also a personal friend for years of Donald Trump, and also a client of Roy Cohn, as we talked about before. But because of attorney-client privilege, Alan Dershowitz, who is a central figure in all of this, cannot testify, doesn't have to say shit about anything, even though he was right there the whole time.
Okay, this is getting weirder by the second here. I'm trying to process all of this and get it up for you guys, but this is getting weirder by the second. And then CEO came and said, well, since they're out early and they're going to be out for 6 weeks, that this information is it's all going to die down, and it's just going to be, I don't think so. I think it's just absolutely heating up, and it gives us more time to go through it and try to figure this shit out. But he's going against that, saying that, nah, it's going to die down. They're going to go give her a pardon, and then she's going to disappear. Anybody agree or disagree with that?
Well, they'll do anything because it's a distraction. Anything that they throw out there is going to be a distraction on this whole thing.
But I don't think she's going to get you guys think she's going to get a pardon and then disappear?
Oh, you're talking about talking about Gasolina?
Yeah, Gasolina.
Yeah, I mean, sure, it's why not? But whatever she's gonna say, the only way that she could get a pardon is if she says the exact thing that the Trump administration wants her to say, which would be to not implicate Trump in any way, and maybe even, who knows, make up some other shit so that she can get a pardon. That's my concern. Now, the pardon may not happen right away because of optics. You know, they may say, hey, we're going to pardon you on the way out, when I'm on the way out. And we'll even tell J.D. Vance to pardon you if I'm not around, whatever it is. Like, she's going to be guaranteed something in exchange for her being able to spill the beans, even if it is a lie. And at worst for her, you know, if she decides to comply, the next few years, she'll be living at the Ritz-Carlton, but in federal prison. Until she
That's my concern. That's exactly my concern, Scotty. That she speaks, but she speaks where it is advantageous for Trump and doesn't implicate them as well as a quid pro quo deal.
Yeah, that's my problem with this whole situation. That, you know, she will. But I don't know. See, in my gut, I don't think so. But there's another wait and see, but I don't think so. I think that basically she feels she got screwed, and that's the reason why she came out. Why did she just start talking all of a sudden? She just came out of nowhere and just started saying, well, I guess when Trump started getting in trouble and the list started being the list, that's when she started talking, though. She'd been in there long enough. She could have said something when she first got there, like, hey, I need to get up out of here. I need a deal. But she did not. She sat there.
She has an appeal. She has a current appeal. She's appealed. Because remember now, the agreement, the NTA that Epstein got covered 4 co-conspirators that they were not to be charged or swept up in that. They didn't name them. It was just 4 co-conspirators within his deal, which is sort of very unusual. And technically, I think this is part of her deal. Technically, she is indicted as a co-conspirator. So I guess in her mind, in her attorney's mind, she should not be charged because she should roll up under his original deal. But she has a pending appeal.
Okay, so plot is thickened up here. Let me see if I can find something else on here. Oh God, this is way too much. We've been talking about this for like freaking hours.
Listen, if they could push a couple buttons and sign the signature and release MLK files that nobody wanted, nobody asked for, why don't we have these documents on this case?
Right.
We're just talking about going to jail. Like, come on now, just release the papers. Let's see. Release all the FBI investigatory reports. Release all of you can redact the young lady's name, and if you have any pictures, cut a picture identifying marks or what have you. But you can put some of that stuff up there. You got Martin Luther King's fallacious shit up there, and you can't release. And now all of a sudden you want to spoil and you gotta go talk there in prison. Okay, that lawyer will be still bad if they give anything up without something in return. You don't ever give up anything to prosecutors unless I'm gonna get something back. Why would you speak?
I'm sorry. Can I wake something up for a second? I just not realize this. And thank you, Spirit. You kind of sent me down a thought rabbit hole. Melania Trump, she should be all up in these files. She might have been trafficked, but at a certain point, she might have been a co-conspirator. She was never interviewed. Do you see what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
Yeah. You're on one today.
Am I late on this? Am I late or what? Because she should be all up in this stuff. And she was never subpoenaed. She was never subpoenaed. She was never questioned. She was never interviewed. She has to be all up in there. All up in there. Before, during, and after.
Okay, so
what's going on?
Okay, so what are you talking about in reference to Jeffrey Epstein? What do you mean?
Exactly. In the Epstein files, Melania should be all in there. She should have had some, at least log in for the flight logs, because there's pictures of her there with Trump. He introduced her. That's another flight log. What else was she there for? What else?
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
How come we're not mentioning her at all as either a victim or as a co-conspirator?
I'm not sure why we go on that far. I'm not sure why we go that far. But...
Well, that's the thing. You don't want to go that far until you see evidence. Let's just crack open the file and see if she's in there and where she's at. That's all I'm saying. Wake it up.
I don't know. What do you guys think about that part?
Yeah, they're not going that way.
I mean, everything's on the table, right? So why not just start fucking freestyling this whole thing?
If Epstein's wife was indicted and went to jail as a co-conspirator because she was involved, don't you think?
They weren't married, babe.
Yeah, they weren't married.
Well, Epstein's girl, secretary, whatever you want to call it, the girl that got hemmed up too, right? And if Trump was on his a good friend, sometimes people have couples that they are really close with, and both people do dirt. Look, Hillary and Bill, they both did dirt, right? And Hillary let Bill get away with some stuff, right? So, either turn a blind eye or cover some shit up. I wouldn't be surprised if Melania is dirty too. And to what extent? Wake it up.
I don't know. Anybody want to jump in on that part? Because I'm not. Melania, why would she? We're talking about people who are being having sex with minors. I mean, what are you saying? Is she being a somebody who's curating minors? I'm not getting it.
No.
Yeah, I don't get this.
Well, I don't know what it is, but she's connected and nobody's talking about it. She's connected in some form or fashion.
He introduced her to Trump, right?
Right.
A connection, yeah.
So she witnessed what Trump did to girls.
No. I don't think it's so much that. No. Hold on. It's not so much that.
It is that.
It would more so be that, you know, he knew older women. He knew women above age too in Eastern Europe and all this and that. And Trump liked meeting women, so he introduced her to her. Doesn't mean she has any other ties to it. Yeah, that's like a big assumption for no reason. And then if you look at how she behaves and what the issues that she cares about, like how many issues she cares about with kids and all this and that, that's wild. That's a very wild allegation for no reason.
No, that supports these accusations because she won't live with him, right? And she's passive aggressively trying to get ahead of it, but it's not directly, and she can't efface her oppressor just like his daughter. When she goes and visits her old bedroom, her face changes when she looks at her bed. It is very disturbing, and a lot of PTSD.
How do you know that?
Because PTSD.
How do you know what happens when she looks at her bed?
If you stop cutting me off, I'll explain that PTSD survivors have.
But how do you know what
How do you know?
She toured her old bedroom, and it was
on what? This was a documentary or something?
All right, you could be.
I am asking you a question, Bag. When did you see this? When did you see this?
Pull up. I feel like I'm being cornered, so let me pull up a more substantiate. I'll put a better evidence than this. I'll put a better evidence.
I have a mole.
No one asked you, Aaron.
What is it? It's what we've named a stealth capsule.
So all I'm saying is, while he's pulling that up, I think you guys should just imagine, okay? She knew Epstein, right? She knew Epstein before, longer than she'd known Trump. So there has been some interaction in some form or fashion there. Maybe he just invited her over. I don't know. But afterwards, the question is, did she also continue to go to some Epstein-related events, right? Did she go? Is it plausible? Yes, it is plausible. Would she might have been witness to things? Possibly. Would she have witnessed or had a chance to speak to people or interacted with people that were molested? Possibly if she was there at these functions. All I'm saying is she's in the mix too. She's in the mix too. And in some form or fashion, she has to be recorded being there because there's already physical pictures of them together. The question is, what's the rest of the story? We're dodging it.
Part of the issue is that they can't touch her because any communications between her and, let's say, Trump is part of marital privilege in courts, spousal privilege. So all the communications, testifying, all that shit, they can't touch it. So it's not even worth going after or trying to dig anything from her because you're not going to come up with anything that's going to help with the case.
We will see that same type of energy apply when they start attacking Michelle Obama for whatever reason. It's going to look, there is no rules to this. You still have to ask the question. What was her involvement? Was she involved? Let her deny anything and everything. It needs to be addressed. She's in there.
But it's a silly assumption because, like, if you think about it, she would be at the events with older women. It's not like they would mix the sort of two events together. That's why it's silly. You act like it's all one big thing together, as though he doesn't have clients that have different interests, and then he curates those experiences based on what their interest is.
The thing is, we don't know. You are assuming certain things. What I'm saying is, we don't know. The only thing we do know is that she was in his orbit. I don't know what happens at that full. But we cannot certify and we cannot walk past this question. It needs to be interrogated.
You can't walk past the question because it's a big, huge, logical jump.
Not when he has 4,000 bank transfers from his account to Epstein's account. You have 4,000 lines of credit.
Oh, if you're trying to say he paid money for her, maybe. I'm not going to doubt that. Yeah, maybe Trump paid money for her. I don't know. Could have been. That's true. I'm not going to say that. I was arguing about the thing about Melania being involved with kids. I just don't believe that's true for us.
No, okay, look, I'm not asking that question, okay? The question I'm asking, will be very clear, is what was the extent of their relationship? And how far and how far can we reach into that to uncover?
Okay. Yeah, she was probably on the payroll. Yeah, she was probably on the payroll. Okay, I understand that. I got it.
Yeah. And he didn't say she was involved. He said, what does she know? Does she know anything?
Exactly. I don't know if she knows anything at all. She might not know nothing at all. But the fact is there's interaction. There is documented pictures. There's interaction. So the question is, how far and how deep is this story? That's all I'm asking.
It's worth examining. Yeah.
I think so, because for some reason, we're willing to talk to a bunch of other people. We ain't willing to talk to her.
It's gonna be
for some reason.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard while they're still married. All right, go ahead.
No, it's a waste, but who's going to examine it? The people that are in charge of the government right now? They're not going to do it. It's not worth it. It's stupid. It's a rabbit hole that is not going to yield them anything other than contempt for the side that is going after Donald Trump and trying to tie him with Epstein.
I agree with Scotty, Dan, because it's a conflict of interest to them until they come forward. It makes no sense until they come forward. We're going to be kicking a dead horse kind of thing.
Well, if they come after Obama and pull Michelle into some bullshit too, then everybody's fair game.
Well, that is a good point.
Why are you waiting for decency?
What is it that could be done with Obama?
What I'm
saying, what could be done?
Is enough. If the DOJ has to, swing on Trump, ding-a-ling, and drag Obama at all, everybody needs to be fair game. Because that shouldn't be okay. It's one thing to have a Department of Justice that is moving fair, but that's not how they're moving. And the fact that we're not in here talking about why we not discussed it, and the fact that the president thought it was okay to take a meme of Obama being arrested and belittle him through a meme on his page, and ain't nobody mad enough about that. And the fact that to say that it couldn't happen, that it's not possible that Melania, she could be in the documents. Who knew that Trump was going to be president when they was doing that bullshit in 2005? Nobody didn't think that he would be president. But the fact that, again, it was, I'm still talking. Thank you.
No, we just agreeing with you, girl.
No, I thought that was somebody. But anyway, I'm just saying.
You cooking.
Why is it okay? Ain't nobody mad enough to be talking about Donald Trump in the president's role would do what he did yesterday and not feel no outrage about that, and then keep moving forward on the other shit, and it'd be okay. Y'all know good and damn well if Biden had done the same thing, or Obama, we would be in World War III already with these MAGAs. They would be tearing some shit up.
Yes.
Yeah, if they actually arrested Obama, it would be the end of the Trump presidency.
No, I don't believe that.
Something should be happening to Donald Trump to put a meme up like that.
Absolutely.
About him being arrested. Absolutely.
Has what you call it too. A character.
What is it you'd like to see happen?
You can character assassinate him as well. Donald assassinated
What
his
can
own
happen?
himself on tape. He assassinated his own character. He did it to himself. Nobody made up anything on Trump. Trump wrote his own biography. He wrote it.
Amen,
So
sis.
reporting on what he's freaking done all these years is just what that is. Reporting on the dumb shit he has done his whole life. And to do that as the president and not be outraged. I don't give a fuck what they say about Obama. We know that whatever he did it in the capacity as president. And thanks to Donald Trump, he has immunity. If he was doing the job, I mean, whatever he did it as a president, he gonna be good. But they already know that. You can tell by the way Tulsi is framing her sentences. She ain't said nothing for sure. That's for sure. She pontificating too. She choosing her words as well. This is about dragging Obama.
It's about misdirecting from Epstein. They found something that worked. The Obama thing is working for the misdirection. That's all that is. It's a.
But they're threatening treason. They're threatening treason. That is his life. It's more than his legacy. That's his life.
But it's
That's
not.
more than legacy.
There's no treason argument, though, man. I mean, come on.
Oh, everything he said, the only word they're using is treason.
Let me go look this
The only word they're using is treason.
That, yeah.
The only word.
That's what the base is using. Yeah, because they like to feel.
That is a threat on his life. That is a threat on his life.
CEO, hello, that's not the base. That's Pam Bondi. She used those words. What are you talking about? Do I have to play it for you? She used the words. And then she released some shit.
She said Obama is going to be charged with treason. She said that?
She said that.
She said it is treasonous. It is treason.
My first time in.
Yeah, that's a big difference. That's a big difference. See the wording difference, Lisa? There's a big difference between saying he's being charged with treason versus that behavior is treasonous. That is language you use when you're just talking shit.
Okay, so she said she is submitting the paperwork to the DJ, and she said it's criminal. So what's the criminal charge then?
And she said
They don't have one.
That's all. Lisa,
There's
that's
no way
political games. Come on, Lisa. You know these games, but you've been at this for a while now.
As
These are games.
the language, I have to agree with CEO on this. Technically.
Yeah,
They're not going to charge him.
This is bullshit, and literally they know exactly what to Trump out, so black people will get all up in arms and start ignoring the Epstein files. They just dangling keys.
And MAGA, and they get MAGA all geeked about it.
Yeah.
And now MAGA's not talking about Epstein anymore.
Yeah.
It's a shiny object at work.
Hold up, men. Hold up, Black Kings. Let me tell you something. I can agree with you to a point, but let me tell you something. You said so black people can get all up in arms. First of all, the woman is putting herself out there for a fucking reason. Why is if it's a nothing burger and she just wants to divert? How far? No, listen to me. How far is she willing to go with this shit? Till what? She put herself out there. She just said that it's a criminal act. So you think they just gonna say that and go sit down somewhere?
Lisa, she's done it already. She's put herself out there many times. She said, "There's Epstein files on my desk." No, they're not. She's done that over and over again. Nobody's ever going to kick her out. She's lied over and over in front of the press, in press conference after press conference. She's lied about charges. She's lied about charges that they were going to bring, that they weren't going to bring. She's flip-flopped more times than a beach that's in the typhoon, a flip-flop that's at the beach in the typhoon. Nobody pays her any attention.
She is more...
She does that all the time.
She is more of a publicist and an attorney general.
Right. Nobody pays her any attention. So the fact that we would ever get upset about
She submitted it to the DJ. Where's it going?
it ain't going nowhere. In the trash. In the shredder.
In the trash.
There's no way he's being criminally charged. He has so much immunity. Presidential act.
Well, they'll have some congressional hearings on it. They'll make some more noise about it. They'll basically they'll make as much noise until the Epstein thing goes away. Once the Epstein thing goes away, this will go away.
Exactly.
This is a shiny object that works.
They're going to stress his life and his world out. It is undue, it's unwarranted, it is unneeded, it is unfair, right? That's what this is. They're gonna stress his world, everything about him out for no reason, and everybody else that's supporting it for no fucking reason. That's what this is.
Yeah.
This is not nothing. This is nothing.
So he should speak on it and shut it down.
He doesn't care enough. He's more concerned, as he's been speaking, about the fact that we're losing voting rights. We're losing the 14th, the 22nd, the 12th Amendments, that they're voting to actually, he's more concerned about that. He's not concerned about this crap. Because they are Harvard-trained lawyers. They know how to handle this, and they know that this has no merit. They're more concerned about the rights that we're losing, and black people upset about something they don't even care about. That's why he hasn't spoke on it.
Well, first of all, my black brother, we should be concerned about it. Anytime somebody steps out and tries to do this shit, even for shits and giggles, we should be concerned about it. We should be talking about it. We should be protecting our leaders. And then the same shit with MLK. Everybody's like, oh, it's gonna be nothing. It's gonna be nothing. Yeah, but the fact of the matter is it is something. They put it out there. They're trying to destroy Martin Luther King. Just the mere fact that they threw it out there and they said that, oh, there's stuff about him and this with his personal life and the situations he had with orgies or whatever, women, whatever the case may be, white women, whatever the case may be. This stuff is strategic. And you guys are thinking they just throwing stuff out there and watching it slide off the wall. They want something else to stick.
Lisa, one second, Lisa. What happens?
Anything about it, nobody. Nobody in Congress, Senate, no one is saying nothing. They just letting all this shit happen.
So what happens when a fish catches a bait, Lisa?
They get reeled in.
Okay, so that's you right now.
There you go.
I think what CEO
Okay, so you guys, let's not say nothing. Let's not say nothing. Like we always do. Let's not say nothing. You just can't be
No, keep your focus on Epstein. Keep your focus on Epstein.
It's about the focus.
We're focusing on Epstein.
Yeah, well, that's it.
Throw it into the mix.
I want you to realize he will have more death threats now.
Hold on, Dan.
More death attempts. This is bullshit.
The thing is, they are focusing on Epstein, but the reason why they're bringing up the Obama thing and the MLK thing is because that's what Trump threw in as a distraction. So since Trump threw that in as a distraction to say, oh, Obama needs to be convicted of treason and MLK was not that good of a guy, then we could throw in all of the things that it's possible that him and his wife participated, and that's basically what they're saying.
I mean, let's all look at it. All came out the same time. It's also the Redskins. They're trying to.
Debbie's trying to speak. Her mic is low though. Let her get in.
Every president has had an opinion about what they think is going on. But when has there ever been one to get on a mic and start talking about what deserves to happen to them? They could be thinking a whole bunch of stuff. But when have they ever gotten on a microphone in a news conference and told what they think should happen to them?
Right, he was in a news conference.
No one.
Okay, let me.
That's not right. Y'all, the man don't move like a president, and it's crazy.
And then they want us to just say, oh, just sit up here, just sit up and take it. When he's now again on the world stage this morning talking to the Philippines president, and he got Obama in his mouth. Yeah, And we just
No
want to sit here and go distraction. He needs to be brought down. And for Akeem and all them not to say shit while this is going on, I think it's pathetic.
It's y'all gotta realize something. Never have we seen. Typically, presidents don't down other presidents before an international audience. He does it with great regularity. I mean, the man is demented. Like, he is demented. He is literally a functional, demented individual. And that's all it is, man. He has to be removed from office. We can't even wait. Action needs to be taken to remove this man from the president. And y'all know I've been saying this forever. He is a clear and present danger to our republic democracy. He shows it every single time he opens his fucking mouth. He is a vile, insidious person. And he hasn't veered from that. He proves it to us every day. Every single day.
I think you're giving him too much credit, Robert. I think you're giving him too much credit. I think you're giving him too much credit. I think he is a scared little boy that is terrified that he's about to get caught red-handed. That's all. He's terrified, and the only thing he has is what he's been screaming for the last 2 decades. Lock up Obama, lock up Hillary, lock up Biden, lock up the swamp. He's been calling for this forever. This is not even anything new. He just happens to be president again. He was saying that the first time. If COVID didn't happen, he would have followed through with this before. He is playing the same play. It's not new. And he is terrified that the roosters are coming they're coming home to roost, and he's going to get caught. I don't think he's even that smart to be vile and despicable. He's not that intelligent. He's just terrified that there's no one left to protect him. Nobody will take his case. He has to represent himself at this point. He's terrified, Robert. He's a scared little boy, and his ankles are too big, and he's about to die. That's all he is.
If I could add to... The last thing I want to add, CEO, ask the CEO is this. What you're saying is very rational. Yes, his government apparatus, right, is just trying to deflect. Meanwhile, these MAGA people are going to attack him as well. And when I say this, that his life is now in danger, because while the Trumps are trying to get a distraction, these mega crazy people are fine trying to attempt his life as collateral damage. And the only thing the president's going to say is, man, that's just a sad thing. When he incited this shit in the first place, his life is now fucking in danger, CEO. I need you to realize that. Don't take this as a fucking nothing burger. That's fucking bullshit.
I don't think it's a nothing burger. I don't think it's a nothing burger.
Yeah,
I want to clarify on that. I never suggested that. It's very crazy. Robert, give me 1 second. Just 1 second. To Robert's point, it's a very serious and disgusting thing, and it shouldn't happen. But I'm just talking about the legal side of it and why it's being done. So we can have both conversations.
I'm not worried about the legal side. What it is, he does this.
Let's have it.
He does a dog whistle, guys. Guys. This is his dog whistle tactic. What he does is he finds individuals, he labels them, and then he presents a case that puts a battery in the back of some mentally unstable individuals and his minions. He is risking the lives of the individuals that he keeps naming over and over. So they get emboldened, and the next thing you know, they're taking out attacks. And check this out. They haven't even addressed the fact that a senator, a sitting elected official, was murdered. We didn't hear about their funeral. We didn't hear anything about that. 2 of them. We heard nothing. At all. Have you guys heard anything of what happened to these guys with the funeral? We don't hear anything. It's like there has been a collective mute. No, you don't hear it enough, brother. Somebody came to their door with violence, and that should be a way bigger issue. It could happen to any one of us.
Assassination.
It absolutely is. And so I don't play this man. I think this man is very, very dangerous. Very dangerous individual.
I don't think that anyone's arguing with that necessarily.
Okay, so CEO and GA, did you hear? I just want to
get in at some point?
this question. I am, baby, right into this. Did you guys hear Now he's on the world fucking stage with another fucking president, and I don't care what you guys say. I'm gonna keep on talking about it. I don't care what if it's a what, and what. He's on the world stage with another fucking president, and he opened up his trap again. Do you want to hear it? And said that Obama's a member of a gang. He is. Wait, what is it now here? He accused Obama. Let me go up and I have to read whatever his exact words.
And Lisa, do you remember what he said and did with Obama in January?
No.
He talked about how pleasant he is, and he invited him to play golf with him. So he uses. So this is the thing. So this is the thing about it. He uses Obama as a political weapon. He's his. What's the thing? Hold on. Wait. Hold on a second. Give me a second. What's the thing when you break glass in case of emergency?
Yeah.
That's what Obama is for Trump. That's what it is. But that's what it. Anytime Trump is in serious trouble, that's his break glass thing.
Yeah, you're right, CEO.
Second.
That's exactly what he's doing.
Go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Let's just zoom out for a second, right? Because there's going to be a lot more of this. And I think what CEO and Jay are talking about is just not necessarily saying that this isn't important, but that in the grand scheme of things, we should stay focused on the things that are, right? When the trade deals weren't when the trade deals weren't working out, you started seeing more rhetoric about invading Greenland, right? There has been distractions almost every 5 weeks whenever some shit goes wrong. If it's not this, it's going to be something else. This time, it's, the Obama is treason thing, plus also these sports teams better go back to their racist names, plus also, right? And there's going to be more of this. Expect another distraction in about 5 weeks.
But this time a black man is in the crosshairs. That's the difference. It's a black man in the crosshairs.
And next time will be even worse.
No, it changes now because it's his number one. This was his number one thing all along. It's a black man in the crosshairs. So why would y'all expect it to be different? That's crazy. They're already even talking about it.
He's never stopped talking about Obama. He's never stopped talking about Obama. It's always been that.
Okay. All right, whatever.
Never
what you're
coming right now. He's more desperate than ever.
That's what I'm saying, Water. That's the point right there, is that right now he's more desperate than ever, and nobody's brought this up, but I honestly think the reason why he broke the glass and used the Obama trope, as he always does, as he's used for the last 20 years, is the fact that MAGA was coming after him. He had Marjorie Taylor Greene turned against him over not releasing the Epstein files. He had Republicans that have been in his camp over and over through all the crap that he's done that defended him, and now they're turning against him because he wouldn't release the Epstein files. He has to give them something that's a bigger piece of steak for him to get them back on his side. So guess what? The only thing bigger than Epstein is let's go convict Obama. And that will get them back in ranks and on his side and flowing with him again. This is the steak that he trumps out just to get them back in line.
It's not going to work.
Because they weren't going to.
It is working, unfortunately. I'd follow the feeds. It is
Robert,
working.
I honestly think that to people like Marjorie Taylor Greene and some of the lower IQ Republicans, they have been salivating over an opportunity to get Obama forever, and they will easily fall away from the Epstein and holding his feet to the fire. 100%. They will fall away and say, let's go get Obama. They will. That's what he's doing. That's all.
Well, it's incumbent of the media to point out the facts, okay? Trump's own administration sided with those reports. Senator Rubio, when Trump said he basically believed Russia over his own intelligence community, and Rubio said, no, you shouldn't do that. That's incorrect. Russia did 100% try to influence the elections. That was Marco Rubio, and he had read. In addition, that was 2018. Then in 2020, he was in charge of the Senate Intelligence Committee. and they came up with the same findings. And then in 2020, the same year, the House did their House Intelligence Committee, and they came up with the same thing, that Russia did try to influence the 2016 election. The only difference with the two reports is that the Republican committee in the House didn't say that it was done to benefit Trump, but the Senate committee definitely said that Putin ordered it and it was to benefit Trump. These are his own people, so make it make sense, Tulsi Gabbard. What she's saying is she's twisting words, and she's not putting the whole fact. She's relying on a presidential daily briefing that does not purport to say what she does. So it's incumbent upon the legacy media, and when he does these gaggles or whatever, to hold him to the fire and put the facts in front of the American people. Not this bullshit stuff that they tell. This is why I'm telling you, there's no way Obama is going to. There's absolutely no way.
And you know why they probably made Tulsi Gabbard roll this out? Because Trump is mad at her over the Iran thing and saying that there's no intelligence on Iran having a nuke. So this was probably her way of having to make up for that.
Yeah, she needs to get it.
Hell, I said that yesterday. That she just trying to get it back in his good graces. This ain't nothing new. The point is what whoever it was saying it, this puts his life even in more jeopardy, putting that shit out there like that. It's not funny, and he has no right to be doing it. And he also said Obama spied on him. Bullshit. Obama was doing his job. They were looking into the investigation. He said Obama spied on him.
He said that during the campaign, and they shot that down. There was no proof. Yeah, they shot that down, and there was no proof.
He said it day before yesterday.
No, but he said it again in the campaign. Yeah, he said that during the campaign as well. And the thing is, the whole point is they don't mean to bring any charges. They don't even need to bring anything conclusive whatsoever. All they need to do is turn the opinion and the tide of MAGA away from Epstein toward let's go get Obama, so that they don't lose the midterms. And they just need to consolidate their base, and that's all this is, an attempt at consolidation.
And if you look at it, you don't have to have protection more than he already has, and that's a shame.
Yeah, if you look at the two moves together, kicking this out until after Labor Day and going after Obama, the strategy's going to work. Sorry to say, it's going to work perfectly.
I'm not sure. I'm not work.
Yeah, I have faith in.
You have faith in who? MAGA? You have faith in MAGA? Who do you have faith in? Why do you have faith in MAGA?
well, this is definitely red meat for MAGA, no doubt.
Yeah, who do y'all have faith in?
But this can also energize the Democrats. This can do the same with the Democrats and energize them.
Oh yeah, it can energize the Democrats. Sure, that's true. That's true.
That's exactly what I.
See, you got Lisa hyperventilating. This can definitely energize the Democrats.
I don't play around. You know what? I don't play around like this. You know what I'm saying? All this other bullshit that they doing on the MAGA side is fine. But when you're coming after MLK, first of all, and then Barack Obama, second of all, to me, it's war. I ain't got time to be playing around with these fucking MAGAs. This is war. Yeah, it is. You don't do that shit. You find somebody else to hang out to dry to cover for your dumb ass. But you don't do that. And black people need to be upset. Instead of coming on Clubhouse, holding fucking rooms, agreeing that there's some shit about MLK that we need to be pushing out there and doing the work for these white supremacists. You guys ought to be ashamed of yourself, open up fucking rooms like that. And I told you
Who did that? Who did that?
Oh, it was in the hallway.
Oh, damn.
Who was in the room in the morning they were talking about MLK? Y'all got a fucking nerve. You better get it together. Better try to culturally wrap your arms around each other and lock arms and shit. We are not going to let this happen. I don't give a fuck. You know, Trump has his issues and whatever, but he picked the wrong one. And you guys should be standing up saying that and not just say, oh, well, it's a nothing burger. We should just be not losing focus on Epstein. You guys can't walk and chew gum at the same time? You're going to let them drag down a leader? Like one of the most revered leaders we've ever had in our culture, in our community? Come on.
Excuse me.
Hey, Lisa or somebody, can you get this racist Kiki Diki guy off this? He's put some disgusting stuff in the chat. Can you just get rid of him?
Okay, thank you for. And don't touch him until we find out who he is and report him to Clubhouse. Do not touch him. Go up there in the corner, 0 friends, get this account, and report him to Clubhouse. Don't just kick him out because he's going to be everywhere. Report him to Clubhouse and have this motherfucking account removed. Does everybody got him before I kick him?
Let me. Hold on.
Click on him, report him, because all this stuff that he's saying is disgusting.
I missed it, and I don't see it under the 3 dots, but maybe.
Okay, so click on his profile. No, click on his profile. He's still in the chat. It's Kiki Daiki. He has 0, so it's probably one of his other accounts, but we'll just close this one down, the one that we have.
I just reported him. Done.
You got it? Everybody got him? Okay, so I'm getting ready to kick him. We should have him by now. Let me take a screenshot of it first, y'all, so I can make sure.
Yes, ma'am, I got it. I got it too, Lisa.
Yeah, because you're not going to be playing around here, bro. Come back on your other account, because this one's getting ready to get pulled. All right, cool. All right, so let me play the clip of what he said about Obama to the world today. And this stuff doesn't go away. This is what I'm saying. I don't know who should be responsible for the kickback, for the clapback. Should it be Hakeem? Somebody should be saying something about that. That this is just a little press conference. This is unacceptable.
Yeah, I think what needs to happen, I think our senators need to challenge our networks that when they hear such things that they fulfill their role as a news organization and lay out the facts to the American public. When we hear insidious things like that, there has to be a segment created. The producers need to create a segment and say, hey, this is what happened. And what's so interesting about this Russian thing is that in real time, I remember it. I could talk about this thing off the top of my head because the expulsion of those, I believe it was 18 individuals operating out of Long Island, New York, whereby they had a room set up and they engaged in putting out content that, and this was before I even knew anything about toxic content. I didn't know anything, but and why I know it is because at that time I was going around and finding out why people didn't like Hillary Clinton, and most of the people that I asked would say things like, I don't know. And they would all talk about like the Pizzagate and all of these things. And I was like, where are people getting this from? Little did I know that this campaign was underway and it was very effective. And people didn't even know why they didn't like her. People didn't, if you asked them why, they really couldn't at that point because we didn't isolate the negative impact of toxic content. And so that's what began my journey to really understand how this works, how foreign entities as well as domestic entities know that they can influence the minds of people. And so they get, Snowden went over there to Russia. Snowden, nobody even talks about Snowden. He's a valuable agent to them. He's a compromised agent that still operates in Russia. Therefore, in conclusion, I was very familiar with this Russian thing. And even Mr. Obama was surprised because his intelligence community brought this to him. He didn't order anything. He didn't even. He was caught off guard. And once the report was presented to him, he made the decision to go ahead and get rid of these operatives and sent them back to Russia. I remember it very well. Many don't, but if you look at the story, you will know the genesis of the story, and it was not him intentionally targeting Russian operatives. He was surprised, and it was brought to his attention by his intelligence community. Go look it up.
Oh, God, thank you for that.
He came back with a new account, Lisa.
He came back with a new account.
Let's keep banging them out. Let's keep banging them out.
LL, Mainland.
Okay, because also if you put down he's having racist remarks, make sure you add that he was racist against Jews. That'll really get him shut down. Okay, because just racist about blacks, they might drag their feet and take time. But if you put in there the comments he made about Jewish people, then I'm sure the clubhouse will take notice.
What are you saying, Lisa?
Go look at
I know about the Jewish thing. I'm kidding. I know what you're saying. I know.
Take it. CEO, okay? I'm just being real with it right now. So
She's saying, I need some drugs, so I'm going to go to the ER and say I'm in chest pain.
Exactly, right? That's the first thing we walk in and say, I got chest pain, bro. Don't tell all our secrets, Lavon, because everybody be downstairs on the monitor. Okay, guys, I'm glad we had some levity in the midst of all this craziness that's going on. But let's do a reset. We just want to reset the room and let you guys know we opened up the room this morning because we had a long room last night that lasted till 4 a.m. talking about this situation with Donald Trump, Epstein, and before we could close the room,
remove him, please.
Yeah, wait, let me go. Did you guys get him?
I reported him already. Yeah.
Okay, let me get it. I haven't gotten him. Let me get him right now.
Yeah, I reported him already.
Okay, let me report him also. You ain't gonna have enough phones, bruh. Okay, so let me do this. Okay, got it. Hate speech. Got it. And some Jews and blacks. Okay, got it. Okay, you guys can go ahead and remove them. I got it. If anybody want to go ahead and drop them real quick.
Nobody, you wrong for that. That was petty. Talking about he working with all the extra government money. He was.
I couldn't agree more with this. I couldn't agree more.
Okay, guys, I'm sorry. Okay, blocked. Let me make sure he's blocked. All right, so before we can even go to sleep, they dropped this thing about MLK. So we were talking about it in the room, and we have some people, like we do in this room, who saying it's going to be a nothing burger. Because Obama came out first, and then MLK came out second. And I just said to them, because now I'm the female Trent of the room, that there's going to be a lot of stupid shit coming on the heels of this in reference to MLK. I said, watch. Clubhouse, they're going to start opening up rooms and they're going to start disparaging this man for no good reason. That we as a collective and a community are not going to lock arms and just, keep our legacies intact. And sure enough, before we could close the rooms, the other rooms started opening up Clubhouse. This is crazy.
Excuse me.
I want to... Yes, sir.
I just want to rewind. Did I hear you correct? Did you just call yourself the female Trent? Is that what I heard?
Because
oh my God!
And now I'm the female version. You can call her Trent Lisa. I be predicting everything now. You know what Trent be doing? Because I predicted a few other things that you guys said would
happen. The red bag. It's right there.
Oh God. Okay.
CEO's out there.
I know. Can you guys? Okay. So let me just play the clip. I was trying to pull it up real quick. It's 8 minutes, but if it gets real raggedy towards the end, I'll cut it off. This is Trump once again. Oh, I didn't finish resetting the room. So we're here today talking about Jesseline or Gasoline, which we like to call her. First, she came out once they said that the list did not exist. I told you guys at that time, I said, well, maybe the list doesn't exist in the paperwork that they have, which I don't believe. But I said that Gasoline is the list. She was the madam. We had a room on the little girl, the two girls that they recruited at the bus stop, the bus station in New York. And the one who filed the rape charge against Donald Trump and Epstein with Gloria Allright's daughter. I forgot Lisa's last name right now. Lisa Bloom, that's right. And she was going to talk before the elections. And they were getting ready to hold a press conference with this now lady, and she was in Lisa Bloom's office, and she said, I can't do it because I've been getting all kind of death threats left and right. So Lisa came out and said, we're going to cancel this press conference because the victim is terrified. So this woman disappeared, but she let them know that the other young lady that she was with, that they both got raped, she literally disappeared. She disappeared. They let her go, but she wasn't released with her. So she never found out what happened to this girl. So anyway, back around. Jesseline is the list. She has everything in her head. She was the madam. If she doesn't have it in her head, she has a book. Because you know that when you're running that type of enterprise and you're having Prince Andrew, President, they said Clinton, who I could care less about, right? And other people high up in the stratosphere where they were moving, that you wouldn't document that they came, when they came, who they got, who you matched them up with, blah, blah, blah. I mean, that doesn't even make logical sense, that I wouldn't keep some type of record for my own protection, maybe, or maybe to use it later on in this particular situation that she's in now. So she asked to come and talk, and then it was a break in between. Nobody was talking about it, The next thing you know it, they requested her to come and speak, and then 15 minutes later, while we were talking about it, a subpoena was issued. And now what happened? They sent everybody home. So we're in here talking about the fact that Donald Trump, there's something, let's not forget about the 1,000 people. The Epstein files we read last night are being reviewed. I don't know how many pages there are, but they literally have in the DOJ's office 1,000 people going over the Epstein files. This file must be horrendous. This must be huge. They're going through the Epstein files, and they're trying to identify whenever they see Trump's name in these files, and they need 1,000 people doing it 24 hours a day. And then they're supposed to put it on a spreadsheet. Okay, hold on. Put it on a spreadsheet.
But it's 2,000.
Oh, it's 2,000 people?
I read days ago.
I read 1,000.
It's a lot.
I read 1,500.
Really?
I'm splitting the baby. I'm splitting them.
You guys are wrong. So for them to have to do that because they're trying to scrub it, don't you think they're trying to scrub it? What's the point of them having these many people just looking for his name in these files?
I think that people are confused to think that it's just a piece of paper or it's a book of papers, because those files are a lot of documentation together. They're not just her documentation, but it's also computer files, it's almost flight logs, it's a lot of stuff. Remember, they are still trying to find out where Jeffrey Epstein made his money, because the pass-through entities are so numerous. Out of the last count that I saw, he had over 80 some odd pass-through entities that were shell companies. They still can't track where he made his money. So, I mean, it's going to take a long time to weed through all of that documentation. It's just not stacks of paper. And I think that's where people have this idea that it's just stacks of paper. It's not just that. There's a lot of different documentation that's in a lot of different media that people have to actually weed through to get through this stuff.
I mean, you got to understand what Epstein did to get leverage, right? So I'll give you an example. The Prime Minister of the British Virgin Islands, U.S. Virgin Islands, he ended up paying for his kid's school, and that's how he ended up avoiding a lot of things in there. So Epstein played.
Hey, Lisa, I have breaking news. I don't know if you guys already talked about this. Can you guys hear me?
Can we hear him? Oh, and Carlos, they did expose the files to 1,000 people.
I can barely hear
Lisa,
him.
I was going to say,
I was gonna say that Barack Obama's office has responded to Trump. Yeah, so they put out a statement. Out of respect for the office of the presidency, our office does not normally dignify the constant nonsense and misinformation flowing out of this White House with a response. But these claims are outrageous enough to merit one. These bizarre allegations are ridiculous and a weak attempt at distraction. I didn't think it went. I should have just said fuck you. Man, I don't know.
Okay, CEO.
Exactly what we were saying, CEO.
But see, no, that's not exactly what you guys were saying. Even Obama clapped back.
That wasn't a clap back. That was just. That was.
Oh my God!
Hey, Lisa, can I respond like Luther would respond? Can I respond like Luther?
Not the anger translator.
Yes, the anger translator. Okay, very simple. Shut your bitch ass up, motherfucker, before I really get up in your ass. What? Test me. Try it. That's it.
No, he literally said, Lisa, he said, generally we don't respond to the nonsense that comes out of the White House and this administration, but these are nonsensical. And he literally said, specifically in his statement, this is an effort for distraction. And that's all we were saying.
Yeah, but I'm saying it was important enough to him and his legacy that he even had to speak out, y'all. That's what we're saying. I don't think you could. Somebody just made the comment that we should just ignore this and stay focused on Epstein. We can do both.
That's what you're calling speaking out, just so I.
He didn't defend his legacy at all. He just said it was nonsense.
Is that speaking out? Yes or no, Lisa? Do you consider that speaking out?
Yeah.
Okay, you got a low bar.
What else could he say at this point? But at least he made he said something. And you
I
guys
thought by speaking out, you meant he was going to do a speech. That's what I thought you meant. Okay.
No. And he can I wish he would, though. I wish he would go and do a small clip on this. I really do. But, he's going to do what he's going to do. You got people who are, what do you guys call it? Talking to him.
Advising him. That's a statement I would have wrote. It was very good.
Yeah.
I think that Harvard law would defend him. And I'm saying not just like a person, I'm thinking the whole fucking department would probably rise up and defend him. Just to be clear.
But
the Constitution, everything.
There's nothing to defend, Dan. There's nothing to defend. And me personally, I'm going to be disappointed if Obama does a speech about it, because I have a higher regard for him than that. You don't even give miscreants and peasants the satisfaction of saying what you said even registers on my radar. You don't even give them the satisfaction. I mean, I would be disappointed in Obama if he even gives this any oxygen at all. This is Trump scrambling to get the heat off of him. And
if he doesn't respond, he's just like all the feckless Democrats that don't do shit. He has to respond.
I love that.
He has to respond.
I hope he doesn't. I would be extraordinarily disappointed. I expect more out of him.
All right. Well, I expect
silence is a powerful response.
Right. That is a response, and he doesn't owe him dick.
He doesn't owe him nothing.
Obama doesn't even use that man's name. He never mentions his name, just like I never mentioned his name.
Exactly, son.
Sandra into his name. That sounds like Sandra.
And Lisa, as your clubhouse friend, I'm getting concerned about how easy you get gaslit. And I'm concerned that, like, if you're dating a guy and you accuse him of cheating and he just talks about 8 other things, that you'll just focus on the 8 other things instead of the main.
And why do you have to put me in that situation?
Damn, CEO, really?
See the way CEO be
She's passionate about certain things. Let her have a passion.
I don't know, Lisa. That was kind of low.
You guys ought to be glad that people in our community are ready to, to fight and not just sit around. I mean, that's why you Dems lost last time.
What do you mean by
Shots fired?
What do you mean, you people? What do you mean, you
Shots
people?
fired.
Ain't come in on last time. You know what I'm saying? You can't read the room. Y'all can't read the room for shit. Okay.
Lisa, what we supposed to do?
Well, we doing it right now. We're doing it.
Oh, just talking about it?
Well, no, I've already been on my 5 calls app. I don't know what y'all doing because.
Oh yeah, definitely we can use that.
Yeah, that's a great reminder.
These leaders that we have need to be about leading. Need to be about getting out there into the fray, showing them that we just as tough as these fucking MAGAs. They going wild with this shit, but you guys want us to sit back and look pretty
AOC
and say nothing.
fight all the time.
You know what I would love to see, Lisa? Lisa, you know who I would love to see? I would love to see Obama be quiet, Michelle be quiet, and I this is just my personal belief. I don't believe that the whole of Black America, like intelligent people like us, that are, and I'm not saying that Black America's not intelligent, but we think about this stuff and dig into this stuff all the time. Y'all gotta admit, 98% of Black America does not dig into politics like we do in this room. They don't.
Correct.
So I would like to see the people they pay attention to come out and do whole long diatribes about it. I want to see Meg Thee Stallion get on their ass about it. I want to see LeBron get on their ass about it. I want to see basketball players. I want to see football players. I want to see Denzel get on their ass about it. The people that the other 80-90% of Black America pay attention to, I want to see this on Shade Room. I want to see Charlemagne getting on their behind about it. That's what I want to see. I don't want to see Obama respond. I don't want to see Michelle respond. I want to see everybody else that everybody else pays attention to. 2 Chainz and Little Rip and Lil Yachty and all the crazy other rap names and all of that kind of crap. I want to see them go ballistic about it. That's what I want.
This is the Alabama brawl when he throws up the hat. That's the signal. That's the signal. Everybody come out.
Exactly. That's exactly what this is. Throwing up the hat. That's the signal.
Throwing up the hat.
But we have to we have to start it. We have to know. They have to see us being active and being upset and being on the on the rag about it, and we have to start the conversation, and we are in here talking about it. I know I'll be talking about it everywhere I go. And just judging the temperature where I'm at, and letting them know this is unacceptable. We're not going to accept anybody going after MLK for any fucking reason, and Obama. It's just not going to happen. I'm not going to lay down and allow this shit to just happen, So anyway. I'm gonna rest the mic because my throat is hurting. Talking so much, my throat is hurting. Okay, so if you guys didn't hear it, I'm gonna play Trump going after Obama on a world stage. It's just getting horrible. Instead of just concentrating on whatever this president was here for from the Philippines, he's gonna literally in front of the world throw another president, the only black president that we've ever had under the bus. He's gonna try to destroy his legacy, accusing him of treason and sedition, and also saying that he was in a gang. I don't know how the gang part fits in. It's just in the print right here, and I didn't hear it. So let me. Oh my God, do we still have Mike G? Y'all want to have the Mike G? Or you want to leave him in there?
Welcome, sorry, we should laugh. You look just as lovely with thinning hair. Hair loss actually becomes.
That's up to you.
We're looking for a Jan Warwick.
Alright, let me go here.
Inside maybe? Jan Warwick. Apparently he has
Do you guys hear echo before I play this? Because I hear echo in my phone.
I don't, but I got you on speakerphone, Lisa.
Okay, cool. I'm literally hearing an echo, but it might be from my speaker. Okay, here we go.
Call that fashion. Yeah, call that fashion. Actually makes him a sort of rebel.
Mr. President, do you support the Justice Department seeking an interview with Glenn Maxwell and Kitover, the Attorney General's seat?
I don't know anything about it. They're going to what? Meet her?
Your Deputy Attorney General is reached out to Ghislaine Maxwell's attorney asking for a new interview?
Yeah, I don't know about it, but I think it's something that sounds appropriate to do, yeah.
Do you consider that your deputy attorney general is your former attorney would be conducting the interview, given?
No, no concern. I mean, he's a very talented person. He's very smart. I didn't know that they were going to do it. I don't really follow that.
Lisa, can you pause it for 1 second?
It's sort of a witch hunt, just a continuation of the witch hunt.
Okay. Did they say his former attorney is conducting the interview with her?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I remind you. CEO.
That's your personal attorney, CEO. That's the
Oh my God.
Okay, hold on. I'm going to rewind it for those who didn't hear it in the back, because I heard it the first time. Now, that's the second time I heard it. Let me play it one more time.
Mr. President, do you support the Justice Department seeking a new interview with Ghislaine Maxwell? Did you urge the Attorney General to seek?
I don't know anything about it. They're going to what? Meet her?
Your Deputy Attorney General reached out to Ghislaine Maxwell's attorney asking for a new interview.
Yeah, I don't know about it, but I think it's something that sounds appropriate to do, yeah.
Do you consider that your Deputy Attorney General is your former attorney would be conducting the interview, given?
No concern. I mean, he's a very talented person. He's very smart. I didn't know that they were going to do it. I don't really follow that too much. It's sort of a witch hunt, just a continuation of the witch hunt. The witch hunt that you should be talking about is they caught President Obama absolutely cold, Tulsi Gabbard. What they did to this country in 2016, starting in 2016, but going up all the way going up to 2020 of the election, they tried to rig the election, and they.
Commercial, hold on. CEO, the assistant.
And they got caught. And there should be very severe consequences for that. You know, when we caught Hillary Clinton, I said, you know what? Let's not go too far here. It's the ex-wife of a president, and I thought it was sort of terrible. And I let her off the hook, and I'm very happy I did. But it's time to start, after what they did to me, and whether it's right or wrong, it's time to go after people. Obama's been caught directly. So people say, oh, you know, a group. It's not a group. It's Obama. His orders are on the paper. The papers are signed. The papers came right out of their office. They sent everything to be highly classified. Well, the highly classified's been released. And what they did in 2016 and in 2020 is very criminal. It's criminal at the highest level. So that's really the things you should be talking about. I know nothing about the other, but I think it's appropriate that they do go.
About that, Mr. President, Tulsi Gabbard has submitted a criminal referral to the Department of Justice. From your perspective, who should the DOJ target as part of their investigation? What specific figures in the Obama administration?
Well, based on what I read, and I read pretty much what you read, it would be President Obama. He started it. And Biden was there with him, and Comey was there, and Clapper, the whole group was there. Brennan, they were all there in a room, right here. This was the room. This is much more beautiful than it was then, but that's okay. They have nice pictures up. They came out of the vaults. They were there for 100 years. This is much more beautiful. We have the Declaration of Independence now in the room, which wasn't here. I guess people didn't feel too good about putting it here, but I do. But you know what? If you look at those papers, they have them stone cold, and it was President Obama. It wasn't lots of people all over the place. It was them too. But the leader of the gang was President Obama, Barack Hussein Obama. Have you heard of him? And except for the fact that he gets shielded by the press for his entire life, that's the one they. Look, he's guilty. It's not a question. You know, I like to say. Let's give it time. It's there. He's guilty. This was treason. This was every word you could think of. They tried to steal the election. They tried.
Commercial. Hold on. It's just a couple of
Crashing out, projectors.
They tried to obfuscate the election. They did things that nobody's ever even imagined, even in other countries. You've seen some pretty rough countries. This man has seen some pretty rough countries, but you've never seen anything like that. And we have all of the documents. And from what Tulsi told me, she's got thousands of additional documents coming. So President Obama, it was his concept, his idea, but he also got it from crooked Hillary Clinton. Crooked is a $3 bill. Hillary Clinton and her group, the Democrats, spent $12 million to Christopher Steele to write up a report that was the total fake report. Took 2 years to figure that out, but it came out that it was a total fake report. It was made up fiction. And they used that. Now, the one thing they weren't able to do was to, and probably the only thing I respect about the press in years is the press refused to write it before the election. They refused to put it in. The Steele report was a disaster. All lies, all fabrication, all admitted, and admitted fraud. She paid $12 million at the Democrats for that report to a wise guy named Christopher Steele. He wrote a phony report, and they wanted to get that report in before the election. And I'll tell you what, I talk about all the time, the fake news, how bad it is, but in this case, they wouldn't do it. They saw it, they read it, and they said, we don't believe it. And it was only after, substantially, like a month and a half after the election, that it got printed, and it was the big whisk. It was just like a bang of nothing, because the election had ended. If that report had gotten published by the New York Times or somebody, and I respect the Times for maybe only this, because they're crooked as you can be. They're a terrible paper, a crooked, corrupt paper. But for this one moment, they said, this is bullshit, we can't put this in. And neither could any other paper. Wall Street Journal's a lousy paper, very, very dishonest paper. As you see, I'm suing them for a lot of money because they do things very badly. It's got a nice name, but it's really, in my opinion, it's a terrible paper. And it can be corrupt. But just so you know, they didn't take the Steele report. It was the dossier. Remember the famous dossier? I called it the fake news dossier. The news wouldn't publish it. And I'm amazed. They had 2.5 months. It was finished. 2.5 months. That was supposed to be what was going to happen. And it got published a couple of months after the election. And frankly, nobody cared too much about it. But that was the big thing. No, we caught Hillary Clinton. We caught Barack Hussein Obama. They're the ones. And then you have many, many people under them. Susan Rice. They're all there. The names are all there. And I guess they figured they're going to put this in classified information and nobody will ever see it again, but it doesn't work that way. And it's the most unbelievable thing I think I've ever read. So you want to take a look at that and stop talking about nonsense, because this is big stuff. Never has a thing like this happened in the history of our country. And by the way, it morphed into the 2020 race. And the 2020 race was rigged, and it was a rigged election. And because it was rigged, we have millions of people in our country. We had inflation. We solved the inflation problem. But millions and millions of people came into our country because of that. And people that shouldn't have been, people from gangs and from jails and from mental institutions, people that we don't want in our country, and people that we're getting out, dangerous people. 11,888 murderers. Many of them, 50%, more than 50%, murdered more than one person. I hate to say this with such a distinguished guest, but, you know, they asked me a question. I got to answer the question. No, Barack Hussein Obama is the ringleader. Hillary Clinton was right there with him, and so was Sleepy Joe Biden. And so were the rest of them. Comey, Clapper, the whole group. And they tried to rig an election, and they got caught. And then they did rig the election in 2020. And then because I knew I won that election by a lot, I did it a third time, and I won in a landslide. Every swing state won the popular vote. But I won that all the same way in 2020. And look at the damage that was caused.
Okay, so that's it. Wait, is that it? Oh, great.
This is the quickest way to clear out stuck poop.
The #1 food for regular.
So that's the gist of it.
That was an appropriate commercial. That was very,
exactly. I was just very
very appropriate commercial.
Yeah, very appropriate. That's crazy. So that's him. That's him. Treason and sedition and all the other shit that he said. So he's coming after your boy. I don't know. And I think it's just going to get worse because he likes the feel of it.
You know, his niece put out today that he can't even tie his own shoes.
He can't. Oh, you mean he can't bend over? I don't know.
He can't tie his shoes. He's losing it. He's crumbling.
I'm surprised he can actually put shoes on. I'm surprised he's not wearing clogs at this point. Or Crocs.
Bigger than his legs are.
Isabella is putting on his shoes.
I put on the damn Crocs every day. I would not let you guys shame me in my cankles. I would just put on the Crocs and stop trying to squeeze my feet in these shoes because they look very painful at this point.
But here's the thing, Lisa. That guy, Todd Blanche, that was one of Trump's criminal defense attorneys in one of his New York cases. He's not going there to act as a for the people with the Department of Justice. He's going there to get a deal for his client, Holden Crowley. And that's the conflict I see. The only saving grace is if he does come up with some crazy thing that's suspect, she's going to have to offer some type of cooperation by some third-party document or some other witness or what have you. But this is higher than usual. And then Mike Johnson, you know, he closed the Senate so they don't vote on it. They were having a bipartisan committee that was going to vote on transparency and releasing those files. And he took his marbles and said, okay, go home.
Yeah.
So they don't have the vote.
So what do you think is behind that, basically?
I think that's to put a cooler on this, but also it doesn't give the bipartisan committee a chance to take a vote because they were going to put on the table some legislation or whatever to order them to be more transparent with the Epstein files, but that never got a chance to get on the floor because they're in recess.
Right.
So he shut that down. So there's nothing really congressional. I think they were also looking to subpoena Ghislaine Maxwell. Well, that's shut down now because they're in recess. So that's a twofold for him.
But I heard she was still going up there, though. I heard Pam Bondi was going up there. She's still going up there.
She's going to prison. I mean, yeah, but not as a... So that's separate and apart from the Congress.
Right, so she's not coming. They're not letting her come out and testify before Congress. What's Pam is going to the prison?
I thought it was Trump's former attorney was going to the prison.
Yeah, Pam's not going.
I think they both are.
I think Todd Blanche is going to assistant deputy.
Yeah, I don't. So Lisa, I'm going to give you my best guess at how this conversation is going to go. Okay. So he'll hear out what she has to say, and then he'll say something to the effect of, you know, if you just President Trump's very interested and you know, you've been mistreated and you know, pardons on the table. We just want you to tell the truth about, you know, President Trump and how he wasn't involved.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate. That's what I would say.
Yeah, okay. I can see that happening, and me, myself, I can see that.
The problem with that is even... Oh, shit. Hold on.
She's a convicted felon. I need more and more cooperation. At least the record says to corroborate that.
So, the problem with that is even though, you know, the MAGA party are flush with idiots, I believe, right, that they are still not stupid enough to know that if that woman gets a pardon, that she didn't get it because she didn't tell on Trump. Like, I think they know he gotta stay out of this completely. She can't get a pardon from Trump.
So Brooklyn, you might be right, but the thing about it is a pardon wouldn't come until the end of his presidency, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, but CEO, I think she's going to need a little bit more than verbally saying, because every criminal who's in prison and jail already adjudicated that want to spill their beans, they have to offer something to corroborate. It's not, you're already convicted. That stuff you should have said before your sentencing. So now you expect us to believe what you're coming up with exculpatory verbal statements against Trump?
Well, but here's the thing, though, right? She'll have some bigger statement, implicate some other people, but then, say Trump wasn't implicated. So there will be other things said. It will just end up being to make Trump look good. And the giveaway on this is that instead of Pam Bondi doing the interview as Trump's former attorney, he's sending a person in his stratosphere that he knows will break the law for him and not care to do the conversation.
And on top of that, I mean, it's a high likelihood, or I will say there is a chance that she will give up somebody like Tom Hanks or Will Smith or somebody like that to actually get him out from up under it. So everybody, oh my God, Tom Hanks, Forrest Gump, no, say it ain't so. And she's gonna have to give up somebody like that to actually get the focus off of him, because the bottom line is he has both sides of the aisle pissed off that he didn't actually let this go like it should have went down. So he has got to get it off of his neck.
Yeah, but you got to be a little careful, because that could backfire, because now that could set up people to say, okay, well, show us the evidence for this. Like, we still want to see the evidence. We still want to see corroborating something, not just you verbally saying what any too-big convicted felon in jail says, give me a deal after you've convicted me. I think that might open up
as too much of a rational person.
Yeah, you got a point. See, I was going to agree with Levon in saying that people are not going to let that dog go, but you got a point. There's nothing rational about the majority of Americans. They don't even think rationally. And give them a shiny object and they'll go running after it. And
yeah, MAGA for sure, but maybe my hope is that the Democrats keep on.
Why is the president interfering in legal matters? Why is the president?
And normally when they do things like this, they have a special hearing committee. Like, that's not what's happening. Everybody that's gonna do right. Everybody in the DOJ that's going to do this investigation are some flunkies. People, exactly. The normal American public, the normals. We understand that, and as many people as that's distracted by MLK and Trump, and Obama. It's twice as many people that's like, we still want to see the Epstein files. We're not going for it. Release the files. So everything that he does is going to be fucking under scrutiny by the American public, regardless. And we're not going to fall for him just sending his flunkies to do the investigation. We're not that stupid.
Yeah, but he doesn't care what the American public in general says, though. He only cares what MAGA has to say because they provide him, backing for his agenda. If MAGA's on board with it, he's...
There it is. That's his whole point.
That's objective, though. Go ahead.
That's why, what the Democrats should do? As the constituents, what we should do is we need to start calling and writing our senators and our state representatives about this thing right here, this Epstein thing. We need to write them and call them and make sure that they do everything and don't let up on their ass. Cause for real, they gonna have to do something bigger than just letting his flunkies do investigations. That's like, you talk about Obama being treasonous for investigating Russia. What kind of treason is this going to be?
That's what I said. Get your 5 calls out and start calling.
Call the Republicans. Call your Republican representative.
Well, yeah, I think we're focused a little bit too much on MAGA. Our energy should be in energizing the Democrats. And whoever just said call the Republicans, because the Democrats, you would assume that they would be on your side anyway. Like, keep your foot on their necks. So far, I've been seeing they've been able to maintain some little wind behind this airplane because it's still getting some type of ear. But they got to keep that energy up.
I mean, but they're not. I hear your point, LaVon, but the Democrats aren't empowered in any branch of the government. So they can bloviate. They can actually stand up and make speeches. And see, that's my gripe right there. Because Hakeem Jeffries can stand up there, Cory Booker can stand up there for 3 days. The majority of Americans are not even listening to that. They're going to listen to clips. And they're not going to pay any attention to that. But I promise you, if pick any person that's right now in the news that's a star that people pay attention to, if they make a big stink about it, because it's sad to say, I don't like it, but it's a fact of truth. If LeBron comes out and gets on one of these TV shows and talks about how he hates the fact that Trump talked about Obama, and then Hakeem Jeffries stands up there and talks for 18 hours, how many people do you think are going to listen to Hakeem Jeffries?
I'm about to DM Taylor Swift because she's going to get it started.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I know we hate the fact that celebrities have such an influence, but it's a fact.
Yeah.
They get more airtime than Hakeem Jeffries or any of these politicians because nobody really pays attention.
Yeah, I agree, but I still want them to do their job and do their part.
I agree, Lisa.
I just do.
I have a bit of good news for you, Lisa. It's breaking news.
Now, yes, go ahead.
I have a bit of good news for you. I can't stand this puta. Alina Habba, that's one of you remember that's one of Trump's attorneys, personal attorneys, and then he made her.
You mean Mr. Sis? You mean Mr.
You know what?
You've been very bad today, CEO. And then he appointed her interim U.S. attorney for New Jersey, and then she had the audacity to try to arrest Rafa. Well, a federal judge in that jurisdiction declined to extend her extension to be U.S. attorney, so she got fired, in lack of other words. So they gave it to the first assistant. So she's no longer, I don't know if they're going to fight this, but she's no longer their interim, what was she, Attorney General for New Jersey. Well, there you go. Well, there it is.
Good, whip that ass. There's some good stuff coming out of there. Oh, God.
Yeah, Megan said that they're in a tizzy. Go cry more. Cope more. She's a dumb lawyer. I'm sorry. I'm all for women and stuff, but this lady's just dumb.
So we come to a consensus then that everybody needs to speak out. I don't know about trying to get rappers and stuff to speak out because I'm almost convinced that they're working for somebody to try to bring down our community. I don't know. So we can do it. I'm willing to do anything for us to show some type of coalition. I'm ready for anything, y'all. Just tell me what to do and where to go.
They're saying that Hakeem pressured the judges. Well, okay, well, you did something, Hakeem. There you go.
What did he do?
This is MAGA. They're saying that Hakeem had a pressure campaign with the federal judges to deny her to be re-upped as their Attorney General.
Okay,
listen, I don't care how it happened. It happened.
It happens. I agree with you.
You're fired. We have Trump saying, you're fired.
Oh, guys, this is something else. So the news is still hyping it out, and there's this thing here, unless you guys are done talking with it, but I just wanted to try to figure out how are we going to handle this whole thing with MLK? You guys know? Because you know it's going to be some stuff. I don't even know. Just fighting.
Sorry, what'd you say about MLK? Lisa, sorry.
What is the plan for our community to make sure that we continue to secure the legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King? Because you and some of us here are hell bent on doing the work of the white supremacists. We hell bent on it. So We had one guy in here who wants to hold 24-hour rooms. I don't know if I really do have a job, and I don't know how that's going to affect anything. But I don't know. I think we should be cognizant of the fact that they're going to try to take this one down. Because what's the point?
Be a watchdog, I guess.
I missed that point. To be a watchdog, like who?
To be a watchdog for the regime change, it feels like that. I may second that motion that we may require multiple 24-hour rooms at this point. Shit, for other people's speed, vibrations. But I am proud of us what we build, regardless of the time constraints that we have been working around.
Yeah, well, I'm sure that between the two rooms, we'll do our part to make sure that this stuff, everybody has accurate information about what's going on. And Water, don't add to no conspiracies that you formulated in your head. Please don't do that. We just want to deal with facts only.
I'm a fact checker. No conspiracies here.
That's not what I heard.
That's a conspiracy, what you're saying right now. That I'm a conspiracy. That's not.
Okay. So, I have one last thing, and I don't know if Patty's going to open up her room, but I have one last thing to share with you. And then, wait a minute, I had it. Here it is. They are now talking about what we just got finished talking about. We're ahead of the news. Can y'all believe that? We're ahead of the mainstream media. Now they're starting to talk about Attorney General Bondi. I don't know what they're going to talk about. I'm just reading the headlines. So let me just go ahead and play this for you guys. So you guys are up to date on everything that's going on. I hope you guys found this room provided some information and some knowledge that you didn't know. He's gone, Spirit is gone, but he gave us the whole history, or much as he could, of Cohen and the connection between, what's Cohen's first name? Roy Cohen and Donald Trump, which is very interesting. Y'all should check that out. Go look at the autobiography. And so you know how Trump really solidified his demonship through Roy Cohen and who he was as a man and as an attorney, and how he lived his life, and how he pretty much formed Donald Trump's, pretty much, because Trump always references this guy who told him to never back down. Remember that? Never back down, never admit to shit. Just keep on telling a lie until it becomes the truth. And Roy's pretty demonic background that he existed in this planet on, how he died penniless, and he left his last soul belonging, physical belonging of a diamond, I think it was a bracelet, to Donald Trump when he passed. But he was Donald Trump's father's first attorney, and he's a piece of work. So Trump's whole persona was formulated by Roy Cohen, and you guys should go check him out. There's tons of documentaries. I think the one I watched was on HBO. Could be wrong, but you'll find it. So let me listen to this, and then I'll see if Patty's going to open up politically correct, because we switch spots. I'm taking the day, she's taking the night. Because we didn't even go to sleep yet, Levon.
Listen, I woke up and Patty was there. They were talking about restaurants, I think.
Yeah, that was like at 4 o'clock in the morning, though.
Yeah, they were still there. They were still talking. They were still up.
Yeah, 4 o'clock in the morning. So let me play this. And
then Patty had the nerve to say she was going to go running. I'm like, God, I wish I could do that.
Yeah, I wish. Only reason I'm still up is because I never exited out of the comforter. I'm still, otherwise, I wouldn't have been able to do this. This is crazy. All right, so let me play this, and then I'm going to contact Patty in the back and see if she's going to open politically correct and continue this conversation in her space. All right, let me do this. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a go. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a go. All right, it's queuing up.
Hi everyone, it's 4 o'clock in the East on a day when Donald Trump has quite literally scraped the very bottom of that dirty barrel in a desperate attempt to change the subject. For our part, we are not going to take the bait because we got as clear an admission as any that Donald Trump has tried and failed to turn the page on the furor from his own supporters over Jeffrey Epstein. That news came in the form of an announcement that the Justice Department was reaching out to jailed Epstein associate and Epstein's former girlfriend, Ghislaine Maxwell. Deputy AG Todd Blanche writing this, quote, at the direction of Attorney General Pam Bondi, I have communicated with counsel for Ms. Maxwell to determine whether she would be willing to speak with prosecutors from the department. I anticipate meeting with Ms. Maxwell in the coming days. Until now, no administration on behalf of the department had inquired about her willingness to meet with the government. That changes now. So, who is Ghislaine Maxwell and how does she feature in the Epstein case? Well, Maxwell is serving a 20-year sentence in federal prison. She was convicted in 2021 on charges of sex trafficking and other counts. Ahead of sentencing, prosecutors said this about her, that she, quote, preyed on vulnerable young girls, manipulated them, and served them up to be sexually abused by Epstein. But if the Trump DOJ now seeking to meet with Maxwell is a case of Trump thinking he's going to throw his very angry base of supporters a bone, the decision to talk to her actually raises more questions than it answers. Did Trump's Justice Department try to close the book on Epstein without talking to his closest confidant and associate? The New York Times reports that in April, quote, Maxwell asked the Supreme Court to hear an appeal of her criminal conviction. In her brief to the court, she argued that a 2007 agreement by federal prosecutors in Florida barred her criminal prosecution. Under the agreement, government lawyers agreed they would not prosecute any co-conspirator, Mr. Epstein. The Justice Department, in a reply brief, urged the justices to reject the appeal. The justices have not announced whether they will hear the case. Politico adds this reporting, quote, it also raises the question of whether Maxwell may try to leverage the meeting for a reduced prison sentence by telling the Justice Department what it wants to hear. The Trump administration's announcement that it is approaching Ghislaine Maxwell comes at a time when the public's fury shows no sign of dying down. Republicans are so eager to avoid the base's wrath that they have decided to cut and run, literally. After saying yesterday that the Trump administration has to have space to do whatever it wants to do here, Speaker Mike Johnson today cut the House's work week short, skipping votes and sending lawmakers into a 5-week recess. Break, so can all avoid having to take a vote, forcing the Trump administration to release all the files in the Epstein case. Epstein's closest associate, Ghislaine Maxwell, now embroiled in Donald Trump's crisis over his handling of the Epstein files, is where we start today. New York Times Justice Department reporter Glenn Bush is here. Also joining us, journalist and podcast host Tara Palmieri is here. Tara has hosted 2 investigative series on the topic called Broken, Jeffrey Epstein, and Power, the Maxwells. Rounding out our panel is our friend, former Democratic Senator, MSNBC political analyst, Claire McCaskill. Glenn Bush, let me ask you to first explain Todd Blanche's post in the Bondi X account early this morning. What was that? What does it mean? And where does it come from?
It's really kind of strange. He started off by saying that the memo that they put out, the Justice Department FBI joint memo they put out in early July, saying nothing to see here, the investigation is over. Jeffrey Epstein, in fact, as every other investigation showed, did in fact kill himself. He said that stands, that's the final word. But Attorney General Bondi, at the instruction, following the board instructions of President Trump, has okayed some kind of a conversation with Ms. Maxwell. Why is this confusing? Because is this an investigative effort? Does this have anything to do with bringing charges against unindicted malefactors? In Blanche's statement, he pretty explicitly says that there's really not a law enforcement purpose to this. So this is some sort of a political or public relations enterprise that's geared at, I think, getting information out to the public. It is a very odd and dare I use this word, unprecedented deployment of the Justice Department to serve a public information bureau for Donald Trump's base, as opposed to having a fact-finding or law enforcement characteristic to it. And then on the flip side are all the various intertangled relationships that the Trump Justice Department, including Blanche himself, has with the attorney as representing Maxwell. It's just an enormously odd and unpredictable situation.
And just to say a little bit more about that, Glenn.
Well, David Marcus, Maxwell's attorney in this matter, who is imminently meeting with the Justice Department, is a friend of Tom Blanche's. They're both criminal defense attorneys. Blanche appeared, I think, on Marcus's podcast in the recent past. And the statement that Marcus posted on his Twitter account confirming that Blanche reached out to them praises Donald Trump for the way that he's pursuing this investigation. This does not seem, at least on its surface, as any sort of interaction that will produce a result that is contrary to anything that Trump wants or expects. When you get this Wall Street Journal report. So it does not seem, it is very much a parallel what happened on Friday, when the Justice Department under Bondi announced a petition to judge to release the trial transcripts from the Maxwell and Epstein grand juries, which are themselves extremely narrow and unlikely to produce any results that would point to Trump, which is, after all, a big question about that right now.
So one of the videos I have done every day, quote Kash Patel, quote, House Republicans, put on your big boy pants and tell us who the pedophiles are. Do we think, Claire McCaskill, that is what Todd Blanche is going to come out of his meeting with Ghislaine Maxwell and tell us?
Let's make sure we understand that Ghislaine Maxwell is a pedophile. Under the law, when you are a co-conspirator, when you act in concert with someone, you are guilty of the same crimes. So she is just as much a pedophile as Jeffrey Epstein is. So, first, the Trump White House thinks it's a good idea to go down and make cozy with a convicted pedophile. I don't see how that helps him politically. The only way it helps him politically is if she can give them someone to distract everyone with. Maybe she can give them someone else who's high profile. And then they can begin talking about that person. Because there was a cast of characters here that were abusing these underage women, that were sexually assaulting underage women that were too young to be able to give their consent for any sexual activity. That's the essence of a pedophile. And so that's what I think is happening, is they're trying to see if she can serve up someone else besides Donald Trump. That's the only thing that makes sense of them doing this. And I just have to say this. I heard Tupler talk about this and previously on our network today. Why isn't anybody talking to the victims? Why isn't anyone talking to the victims? The victims are people who can tell the story of what happened. They can name names. They can, in fact, bring forth more of the information that the Republican MAGA base is craving for. So it's very weird they're choosing to go talk to a pedophile who's doing 20 years in prison for her crimes instead of talking to the people who were victimized by, ostensibly, according to this conspiracy, a cast of powerful people.
In fairness, the New York Times over the weekend reported on one victim's account and her reporting to the FBI about seeing Donald Trump in Mr. Epstein's office, where Mr. Epstein says, quote, she's not here for you, end quote. And her younger sister reported. Yeah, so tell me how you see this move or tell me what you think is going on at a broader level.
I agree with the senator that they should be talking to the victims. The victims also have case files that they filed, their civil suits. A lot of them have their own lists of men that they've been trafficked to, but we live in a culture where we don't believe women, right? So you could easily find out more about John. There are tons of leads these women are sitting on troves and troves of evidence that they are more willing to give up than Ghislaine Maxwell. In a lot of cases, they signed NDAs with some of these men, but I would think that in a criminal investigation that would be thrown out the door. There is so many directions this case can go in. It's a decision of whether you want to go there. It seems like they want to sweep it under the rug. And also, they can go and talk to Ghislaine Maxwell and then say, yeah, her information is incredible. She's a criminal after all, right? Can we really believe her? That's what they can say. Or they can have a private conversation with her and hatch some sort of deal so that she doesn't serve all 20 years in prison. I personally believe that Ghislaine never thought she would serve all 20 years. I don't think Jeffrey Epstein thought he would serve time in 2019 after he only had to spend time in a county jail the first time around. These people believed they were above the law. They acted without impunity. They paraded young girls around and treated them like they dehumanized them. These are not normal people. And so I could see this going so many different ways. I'd like to see the record of the conversation that Todd Blanche has with Ghislaine Maxwell so that we know what kind of conversation they're having. I mean, they could have to deal. She could, maybe say the right thing, wink, wink, nod, nod. She gets a pardon at the end of this. Ghislaine Maxwell is holding on to her secrets because that was her power. That is the thing that she's holding on to. Otherwise, she would have done a plea deal.
Let me show you what Donald Trump had to say about her in an interview with Jonathan Swan. Let's watch this. We'll talk about it on the other side.
I don't know. I haven't really been following it too much. I just wish her well, frankly. I've met her numerous times over the years, especially since I lived in Palm Beach, and I guess they lived in Palm Beach. But I wish her well, whatever it is.
Mr. President, Ghislaine Maxwell has been arrested on allegations of child sex trafficking. Why would you wish such a person?
I don't know that, but I do know that
she's been arrested for that.
Friend or boyfriend, Epstein, was either killed or committed suicide in jail. She's now in jail. Yeah, I wish her well. I wish you well. I wish a lot of people well. Good luck. Let them prove somebody was guilty. I mean, do you know that?
So you're saying you hope she doesn't die in jail? Is that what you mean by wishing her well?
Her boyfriend died in jail, and people are still trying to figure out how did it happen. Was it suicide? Was he killed? And I do wish her well. I'm not looking for anything bad for her. I'm not looking bad for anybody. And they took that.
I mean, she's a child. Let's drop kids.
Big deal. But all it is her boyfriend died. He died in jail. Was he killed? Was it suicide? I do. I wish her well.
I mean, what is he? He's reaping what he sowed, and there he is, right there, with a straight face, going through excruciating pains to not wish that a child sex trafficker goes straight to hell, which is the normal human reaction when asked a question in a sit-down interview about a pedophile. I mean, Glenn Thrush, what do they think they're giving the base in this engagement with someone Trump has already stuck his neck out for?
Well, just looking down to see that Trump had commented on Blanche's outreach, and he said he thought it was appropriate. Look, from a political perspective, I don't know what they're thinking. I think they're kind of in a bit of a bubble. And I also think, I hate to say this, and we're not in the business obviously getting wrong political advice, but if you sort of compare the way that the Justice Department and White House have been handling this with the way that Mike Johnson has, Mike Johnson gets slammed all the time for his lack of political acumen. Getting out of town is not probably the worst thing yet politically. The question with Trump is, I don't believe that anyone on the left, right, or center is going to be entirely satisfied by any of these interactions, either with the transcripts or with the discussion with Maxwell. In fact, it's keeping the story very much alive. He's trying, we've seen him fire all his rockets at once in the past few days. He's gone straight at Obama, which is actually sort of rare. It's a battle typically he doesn't like to want to engage in because Obama is a pretty formidable adversary for him to go toe-to-toe with. One has to wonder, why are they just throwing everything against the wall? That's something Trump has done in the past, and it's sort of worked. But this is an entirely different sort of crisis, and it seems to me that they've been very slow in terms of adjusting. And they just, I think they're allowing this train to just, to accelerate, and I don't have any sense as to what action they could possibly take through the control of the Justice Department and the FBI that is going to decelerate this. Apart from that, from fulsomely answering questions about his relationship with Epstein and Maxwell.
I think I agree with that. Claire, because they are taking us down this path, let me just re-up some of the reporting at the time and some of the characters we can expect to reemerge as Ghislaine Maxwell re-enters the chat. This is from the Miami Herald, how a future Trump cabinet member gave a serial sex abuser the deal of a lifetime. This is from Julie Brown, who Tara's worked with. Facing a 53-page federal indictment, Jeffrey Epstein could have ended up in federal prison for the rest of his life. But on the morning of the breakfast meeting between then U.S. Attorney Alex Acosta and Epstein lawyer Jay Lefkowitz, a deal was struck. Not only would Epstein serve just 13 months in the county jail, but the deal, called a non-prosecution agreement, essentially shut down an ongoing FBI probe into whether there were more victims and other powerful people who took part in Epstein's sex crimes. That's according to a Miami Herald examination of thousands of emails, court documents, and FBI records. The pact required Epstein to plead guilty to 2 prostitution charges in state court. Epstein and 4 of his accomplices named in the agreement received immunity from all federal criminal charges. But even more unusual, the deal included wording that granted immunity to, quote, any potential co-conspirators who were also involved in Epstein's crimes. As part of the arrangement, Acosta agreed, despite a federal law to the contrary, that the deal would be kept from the victims. I'm not a lawyer. I don't ever even try to play one on TV, but there's nothing normal about any of what was reached. How did that come to be? Do we know the answer to that?
I don't think we do know the answer to that. I do believe that there was obviously politics involved, and somebody, this wouldn't happen to somebody who had a public defender. This wouldn't happen to somebody who didn't have powerful connections. They would go to prison for abusing children sexually. And this guy basically scooted, and so did the folks around it. Now, Acosta paid for it. I mean, once this came out, once this great reporting hit the streets, then he had to resign. He was a cabinet appointee under Trump in the first administration. That's how connected he was to Trump. So, listen, all this stuff that Trump's doing, wishing her well, and now saying that he doesn't want the files to come out because he doesn't want people to be wrongfully accused. This guy wrongfully accuses people for a living. I mean, Donald Trump makes it a part of his essence to accuse people of wrongdoing without evidence constantly. All of a sudden, he wants to wish the pedophile well, and he wants to make sure people are protected. They might get accused of something where there's not evidence. It is so obvious to me that Elon Musk is probably right. I mean, if you look and pull the thread, I think Donald Trump is scared to death. He is in those files, things that are going to come out in those files, and I think he's doing everything in his power to keep that from happening. And the fact that Mike Johnson is sending the people in Congress home for 5 weeks, when no appropriations bills have been done, and the government is about to shut down, and the government's not funded, and they have all this work to do, the fact that he's going, please leave town, tells you all you need to know, because the Republicans want to vote to open these files. And Mike Johnson is doing everything in his power to keep them from being able to vote, to do exactly what the Democrats have moved to do, and that is open the files.
Well, the other problem is this isn't a Washington story. It's not like they're going to go home and get away from the Epstein furor. This is something that has lived and fermented and reproduced and metastasized online and in the manosphere. People are going to go home and they're going to see their constituents, and their constituents are listening to the same thing that they've always listened to, which is people and hosts and influencers who believe that Trump is covering up the Epstein files. Tara, I know you spent time in the substance of this agreement. I want to ask you about that. I have to sneak in a break before we do that. Also ahead for us, as Glenn Rush's reference, we'll get it covered.
Okay, y'all, that's good enough for me. I hope that's good enough for you. They covered just about everything, and they kind of agreed with a lot of what you guys were saying. What CEO was saying, what LeBron said, they pretty much agreed with all of that. And that's the update. Anybody want to add or subtract before we? Let me see if Patty's going to open up her room. Any of the mods still on the stage? Hey, yeah. What's up? I just want to make sure we don't have to close the room down. Is Patty gonna open up? I don't know. I don't know. I don't see any activity in the politically correct chat. Yeah, I gotta put my glasses on. You know, I don't be knowing what's going on. Okay. But I'm here. What happened last night? Did you overstay and then there's no replays? I have no idea what happened to the replays. I don't think it was overstayed. I think somebody shut the replays off. Okay. Yeah, because I always look and make sure that we have them so people can enjoy them, and then it identifies where we are or where I am on Clubhouse, so I try to keep those up. But anybody who wants to come up and comment, you're welcome to come up. I don't know if we're going to open up politically correct. It's already 5 o'clock. You know, I be doing my, I be listening to the replays. I'm like tapping my arms like a crackhead. So you didn't get the fix? Yes, that's right. I didn't get my fix today with the replays from last night, so I don't know what happened. But I was in the room yesterday, but I went to the movies. Wow. Came back, was listening to y'all argue. It was very entertaining. I was very much looking forward to hearing that argument again. And it's gone, so well. I'll do my best to keep these replays. I don't know when we opened, but I'll try my best to make sure these replays don't disappear. I think we opened up at 8 o'clock this morning. Thank you. You're far too kind. Thank you. I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do. I like a bit of mess, you know? It keeps my work day going. And I don't know how happy I am that the 420 is always associated with mess. I'm really pleased with that identifier, but you know. I think it's the nighttime element, because I think if we open politically correct right now, it'll get messy, right? So yeah. Well, I can hang out until you guys decide what we're gonna do, but I've got pretty much everything that's broke. I can try to go back and look and see if anything is breaking. I mean, the room is still a very large room, so I don't know how to proceed with it, because unless we get some people on stage to help us out carry this thing down. Let me see if I can find. And I went to Telegram already to let them know, but I think somebody is sick or something. Okay.
Pamela says thank you to you guys. She tweeted yesterday.
Huh?
Pamela Harris, she says thank you. Whether you are attending a protest, calling your representatives, or building community, I want to say thank you. We are in this fight together. Oh, there go your marching orders.
Oh, wow. That's kind of boring. I need some trolling. I need some
good old fashioned. I'm liking Gavin Newsom right now. Okay. I need some memes. This other stuff is just boring. It's just politics as usual. It's not getting me out of my couch. Okay? Laid up on my couch. Kamala Harris is just, just nice. Right? Auntie vibes.
And I'm surprised that she didn't get into the fray. I guess she's going to try to be the good girl kind of, I'm just going to keep my head down. This is really good. This is messy right here. This is absolutely messy. Let me see if I can find let's see if I can find something else that you guys are not aware of other than that. And then too, the young man, yeah, he is young, that died in Costa Rica.
Oh man.
Somebody else was with him. I gotta pull that story up. Hold on for a second. I don't know who died or whatever. Hold on, it just came across my feed. Okay.
Damn, you hitting them keys hard.
I have on, of course I have on nails and sometimes shit like that. Okay, so yeah, let's look at this. Oh yeah, there was a second person that we didn't know about, so let me just read this part right here. This is from People, and it's from today, and it's saying that, I don't know why I have an echo, this is a weird state to me. It's saying that, Malcolm Jamal Warner drowning, a second person in a second person is in critical condition, was trying to save the actor's life. It says more information has come to light about the second person involved in Malcolm Jamal Warner's drowning. On Sunday, July the 20th, the Cosby Show actor drowned while swimming during a family trip in Costa Rica. He was 54 years old. It was later revealed that another person was taken by an ambulance to a local hospital and is in critical condition from the same incident where Warner drowned. The Judicial Investigation Agency told People in a statement that the actor was apparently swept away by a current and was rescued by bystanders but declared lifeless on shore. The other person, who remains in critical condition, entered the water to try to save Warner. The second victim came in the water to help Mr. Warner. No information regarding the victim's identity has been shared. The spokesperson also confirmed that the other person had no personal connection to Warner, but was on the beach and decided to help. The investigation is still going on. God bless that person. Costa Rica Red Cross previously told People that they attended to 2 male adults after receiving a report of a water-related incident around 2 p.m. on Sunday. CPR was performed on Warner for 20 minutes per the agency, but he was declared dead at the scene. Warner had been on vacation with his wife and daughter at the time of the incident.
Sad.
Yeah.
To see that.
They just saying from an autopsy report, they've already did an autopsy. The actor died from accidental asphyxiation by submersion. And the autopsy took place on, today's the 22nd, right? On the 22nd. Yeah, that's pretty sad. But that somebody would get up off the beach and try to save you is just a testament to this man. And now he's in critical condition. So I hope he survives. they said in this article that he had just done a concert in Minnesota, and he had called Bill Cosby to talk about it, that they spoke all the time. I didn't even know that he was still connected to Bill like that. Yeah, so there you go. Let me see what else is going on, y'all.
We had one Trump congressman resign, so now there's a seven-member majority with 4 seats open. Unfortunately, he's in Tennessee, so I don't know if they have any chances of picking that up.
Wait, one Trump congressman?
Yeah, a Republican. His last day is, I think this is the name, Mark Green. And now there's only 7 members. See, that's why they're working furiously to redistrict these districts.
But that's what we need to redistrict too. Why is the DNC so damn ethical and shit? We need to stop being so fucking ethical and high and mighty and oh my god. No, we need to cheat. All right, this is the American way. This is how you get ahead. The people. Let me tell you something. We're the smarties in this room, right? All the people that we let cheat off our papers in school and shit because we weren't gonna snitch on them. Guess what? They're running they're running everything right now, right?
Yeah. So you have some.
Isn't Newsom and Jeffries saying that they're gonna call to redistrict New York and California?
I don't know, but they need to do that shit.
That's what I heard.
They're calling for that. Yep, they're calling for that, and the Republicans doesn't like it. And I think they said, "Well, you guys are doing it, so that's your wish right there." Then I gotta find an article. I'm pretty sure that that's what they're proposing.
Okay, so somebody else died, but this is Ozzy Osbourne. If you guys know who he is, he died.
Black Sabbath.
Yeah.
You remember when his daughter was like, "Oh, who's gonna clean my toilet?" In response to how I can't get like, child, you raised a freaking piece of work. You raised a piece of work.
Yeah.
That was vile. That was really vile. She was like, you know what it means? Like, yeah, you're a piece of shit.
I see the head of FEMA Urban Search and Rescue just resigned. Said he was disgusted over the delay in the Texas flooding.
Well, I mean, I'm glad some of these people got some. I don't know if they're being forced to resign or they got some conscious issues and they're going ahead and do what they need to do. But whatever the situation, I'm happy for it.
It's a lot of news today. A lot of news this last couple of days.
Yeah, but it's all about.
There's a story: flood of ICE agents is coming to cities run by Democrats. The White House warns. That's you guys, I guess New York and California.
Yeah, I know there's some in Brooklyn, so like we're warning people and we're sending texts out. They're in certain areas. They're in, like when you check in for ICE, they're grabbing you.
Hey, just real quick, it just came out that Todd Lance is the district attorney, the deputy attorney general for the United States. He has now spoken with Ghislaine Maxwell's lawyers, and subsequently there is no objection to Maxwell's lawyers releasing the grand jury testimony. What all that means, Todd Blanche, if you don't know who Todd Blanche is, Quinn, since I guess you don't know who he is, that is Donald Trump's former personal attorney. So now Donald Trump's former personal attorney is going to go meet with Ghislaine Maxwell. If you don't think that there's a pardon in the works, I don't know what to tell you, bro.
We already talked about that. We're on it. We're on it.
I just told Quinn down there in the chat didn't know it was out. I'm telling you, that's exactly what's going on. But anyway.
Hey, but But Trent, tell that guy Todd we don't need her lawyer's permission to release that. You don't have no authority.
I think you do. No. Yeah, I guess.
You don't have the authority over grand jury testimony. It's the judges.
Is it the judges?
Okay.
Yeah, I guess you're right. It is
I think the judges. Yeah.
Why did they? Well, who knows what they're doing? Which is just an excuse for them to talk to you. Yeah, you're right.
Man, listen, if he pardons her, listen.
I just listened to an interview. I thought I was in the room and y'all were playing it, and then I realized that it's on in my car. But anyway, Jake Tapper just completed an interview. I didn't know this, that Pam Bondi was the AG for 8 years when since 2011. So she was the AG in Florida when the charges came up on Epstein. And she could have interviewed those witnesses and done some other things, and she did nothing. She had no interest in it while she was the AG in Florida. And so right. And so up until last week or 2 weeks ago, she still had no interest in it. And now all of a sudden, here we go. So it's just stuff. She didn't care about anything going on. Something and didn't do anything.
Hold on, let me just answer this really quick because maybe this can help somebody. If you have like voice activated criminal bank, remove it. Because supposedly AI can bypass it. So AI could trick the bank into thinking it's you and give that person access to your account. Put the edit in the chat. If you have it really discombobulated, but it's OpenAI, Sam Altman, voice. Can you hear me?
Can you hear her? Okay, it sounds like better. Thank you.
Because I have my raggedy AirPods. My other AirPods are charging. Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, that's better.
Okay. So OpenAI Sam Altman warns of AI voice fraud, crisis in banking. You know how like sometimes you can set up your online banking to give you access with your voice?
Right.
So I would turn off that feature. If your bank has that feature, I don't have that feature on. Right? They can easily get your voice by scam calling you, getting you to say something, and they can now create voice printing, right? They mimic your voice.
This is getting out of hand. I can't trust anything.
Yeah, so the calls you get from India that call you and they hang up, they don't say shit, but you say hello or whatever. Yeah, they're looking to clone your voice so that they use it in. So there's not a whole bunch of banks using the voice cloning, but it's being used sometimes to scam people, and you're going to call from somebody that you think is your relative, or they'll call one of your relatives, I should say, and say Lisa's in trouble. I need money. I'm bond, and my bond is $1,000. I need you to get me out of jail. Send the money here. That's it.
Wow. Alright. That's not what I was talking about, but okay.
It is what you're talking about. Voice call.
It's fine. It's fine.
So we can't even answer the phone.
No.
We won't be answering the phone.
Scam likely, ignore it.
Yeah. So one other thing while we're waiting for some breaking news to come through, did you guys hear about the porn star that killed those people?
No. Hey, Mel.
Let me just run it across you guys. This is a naked porn star dancing and singing while covered
and blood from the couple he had just murdered. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's me. Maybe I never read these stories or came across these stories. But there's a whole lot of fuck shit going on. And maybe I've just been like, I don't know, shielded from it all because I'm at work all day. And as soon as I started getting off of work and hanging out with you guys, I've seen more fuck shit than I can ever imagine. But this is this guy. He was a porn star, and they caught him on video in these people's home, dancing naked while covered in blood, moments after he murdered the couple whose decapitated, hacked up bodies he then dumped at a popular UK landmark. His name is Yostan Andreas Mosquera, a 35-year-old Colombian national, and he was convicted Tuesday of murdering Paul Longworth, 74, and his partner Albert Alfonso, 61, in their West London apartment. He was convicted largely based on a chilling video captured on camera while set up to record a sex session, but instead caught him killing the couple and then joyfully singing and dancing while naked and still covered in blood. Oh my God. Do you like it? Mascaro tells Alfonso at one point as he stabs him, and hours after he had already battered Longworth to death with a hammer and hid his body under bed covers. This is crazy. I mean, people are absolutely crazy. Child, this is crazy. Wow. Yeah, it's just a lot of crazy crap going on. But back to politics. Hey, lady. Let's go. Look at everybody. Oh, please, now you guys shown up. Do you know how long this room's been open? This room's been open since...
I sat in the goo all afternoon. Nobody brought me up, man.
What?
Yes.
My shoulder. My shoulder. I had no idea. I got all these mods on the stage. Nobody saw nada.
Jesse said he was blocked.
Who?
Somebody from the chat. Jesse. I don't know what's going on.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't even know who Jesse is, y'all.
Y'all remember Jesse? Jesse ain't been around, so I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I don't even know who
Oh, somebody said the chat went. No, I saw it.
Really?
No, I saw the room. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I saw the room in the hallway too. So, because I accidentally fell out the room and had to come back in, so I saw it.
Not you fell out.
Fell out, girl. You're talking. Next thing I know, I was in the hallway. I said,
you want to talk to Patty?
She was in the room.
I know that, but I'm saying, have you talked to her in the last? I heard you saying that she was supposed to open up a new room, and you were taking the morning shift, and she was going to do the evening shift. I was asking, did you talk to her?
No, I haven't. I've been in here just...
Wait,
so you said, I'm going to call Patty now.
Hello? That's what she said. So that...
Wait, when did I say... No. Whoa. Hold up. When did I say that? Before or after? Because
About 15, 20 minutes ago.
Oh, no, I didn't call her. I got up and I went and used the bathroom and came back. I must have forgot. Y'all forgive me.
You sleep. You sleep. That's what it is. You really need to take a nap.
I do.
But I think I need to take a nap too. So Sin asked if we wanted her to open up. You want Sin to open up?
It's up to y'all. Do what y'all do.
I mean, I don't know.
Y'all gotta be there to support it because I ran the room by myself today, and I can tell you it's not any fun.
You did an excellent job.
Oh my God, I have neck pain. I got one more thing to say though. You know, you guys, we let Trump get away with so much that it's starting to feel normal. That every time something happens, we just like go, oh well, that's crazy. He's crazy, and it's just become a part of us now. And he's only been in office how many months? It just feels like everything is just normal, all this stuff that's going on. So today, while he was calling Obama all kind of things for the child of God, he's a treasonous person, a sedition, he made a phone call to Coca-Cola and decided that he wanted them to change the recipe. Y'all think I'm kidding you? Not.
Man, I was in the federal penitentiary with Diddy, and I was sexually assaulted by Diddy in prison.
Oh,
in New York.
Lord. Go lay down.
This nigga
Go lay down.
me in prison, man.
Okay. This is not the couch. Go lay down. This is not the couch, bro. Anyway, oh God. He called Coca-Cola up. Now, Coca-Cola said, because he doesn't like the sweetener they were using, so he wants them to use just cane sugar, like the one they sell in Mexico.
Yes, I'm kind of in agreement with that. Lisa. Mexican Coke.
Now, Sam, what's happening, girl?
Mexican Coke is the best. Okay?
But it has sugar in it, and that's his problem now. He don't need to be drinking Coke.
No, but it has natural sugar. Sugar cane is better than that Carol syrup.
The corn syrup?
Yeah, that corn syrup. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wait till you get that rum and coke with that real Mexican sugar. I'm trying to tell you.
Oh my God! Thanks for adding to the powder.
Come on down here, get that real coke and that real coke and rum in.
Havana Club. You tried Havana Club, Trent?
Yes.
Miami?
Havana Club actually said Diplomatico.
Oh, that's what Havana Club.
Go get you a bottle of Diplomatico. They turned me on to it down here.
Is that cute?
It's not Cuban. I think it's Nicaraguan. I don't know, but when I tell you with that real Coke, with that what I call real Coke now, that Mexican Coke, oh shit, let me tell you.
Yeah, they have that type of Coke over here because we have like acidic juice. So they make their own Coke for them, and it has a green top or some shit. For a certain, dead ass, they have like a holiday. So they sell them is Coca-Cola, it's not no generic whatever. Is Coca-Cola has a different color top. That way you could tell it's for them.
Well, I ain't never heard.
Yep, but you gotta be in
at the Jewish stores in
yeah, you gotta be in the Jewish, you gotta be in that side of Williamsburg, right?
Wow.
Mhm.
I didn't even know all this stuff. I didn't know Coca-Cola likes to customize their soda. Let me call them up and tell them to put the rum in it for Trent.
Just a clarification. The green top is kosher for Passover.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's yellow. It's not yellow?
Hey, Gemini.
Yellow. For kosher.
Okay, finally, y'all
green is okay, gotcha. Thank you for that.
They just left me in the goo all day. That was crazy.
What? Are these people?
Oh my goodness, you too? Oh my
I
God.
was sitting in the goo for an hour earlier, and then I just left.
They blocked us out.
Are you dodging them?
No, you guys know.
Y'all wildin' today. That's cool.
So,
Nah.
I thought we was better than that, Lisa.
It be them Geminis. Wait
a minute.
No.
Is that why y'all did it? Y'all got something with Geminis? That's why y'all leaving us in the goo?
That's what it is.
No.
That's what it is. That's what it is.
Look, I don't know where Dap is. I had Dap, and we didn't have too many
I heard
people.
Dap jumping in and saving you a couple times.
Yeah, I heard that earlier. He ain't here now, but he was here earlier when I was sitting in the goo.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on because half the time I'm running these clips. I went in the kitchen. I tried to make some lunch. I tried to do this, that, the third, because I do have to go to work tomorrow. So I was like, okay, so we switched time slice. So I said, okay, let me just try to work with it. And I got them on the stage. I knew April had to leave. She had a meeting that said it was going to take like 2 or 3 hours for this meeting. And I figured, well, the rest of the people can handle bringing people up, and God only knows. I had no idea, because it's like 120, 130 people.
It's been popping all day. That's from It's been steady at 100. 96, it went down. I've been here.
Me too. This shit's wild.
I come out and say something in the chat. that though, for real.
I've written in the chat a couple times. I just say
scroll up. Let me
because I'm
I was just listening. I was just listening. I was like, you know what? Maybe it's a sign I need to just stay on task and just listen.
Facts.
No, maybe it's the fact that you could at least call me, Gemini, and said, "Hey, girl, what's up?" I would have said, "What?" Because good and well, I needed the help. It's like I was like, it was a little this and a little that. I was no way would I left you guys in the audience. For real though, because I had Sweet up here doing what was that about? I was like,
you had my y'all give him a lot of space to breathe. Somebody needs to put a foot on his throat.
I understand, but see, like I said, I was doing, and that was oh my God, what was that about?
Yo, it's funny because I've literally timed Sweet. He can speak for 6 minutes straight, and he would always say, "Oh, y'all don't want to hear this though. Y'all blocking, my speech or whatever." I'm like he doesn't understand that he speaks a lot of it, but for him it's like he doesn't speak at all. I don't know. He could go for 12 minutes, and then you say, well, okay, let me not. Well, okay, that's okay. That's all right. Y'all don't want to hear the truth. Y'all don't want to hear the truth. It's like, sit here and talk. Y'all ain't ready. Straight. Y'all ain't ready for this. Where's the lie? People, But Lisa, you went on your Kim Cuts rant earlier. I put in there Lisa Cuts. Hey, when you start coming for the only two men I can look up to. Child, you was mad about that on MLK, okay? Yeah, I'm not playing. Anthony was here. Let me see. Nathan was here. Yeah, I was here. And Anthony was he on the stage? Because I know he could barely stay quiet. What was that? You were y'all were conversing back and forth. No, that was earlier, but then he disappeared. So I remember. Oh, I don't know that he disappeared. He's goes out the back door now. So.
He slithers out.
Listen. I wasn't gonna say that. He slithers. I'll say it. But we got no MAGAs to come up and defend it. Where are they? I'm starting to put an SOS out because usually my MAGAs will come and stop by every once in a while, and put y'all in a tizzy. I haven't seen a good MAGA in days. You'll throw them out.
There ain't no such thing as a good MAGA. You mean a MAGA.
I mean a good MAGA. We haven't been able to talk about none of this with our MAGA crew. None of this gasoline shit, no MLK shit I want to throw, at them. Obama, you think they'd be in here celebrating when they get ready to take down Obama?
I text Anthony earlier. I sent him the video that Trump posted, and I don't know if y'all watched that video or not, but if you watched that video, it wasn't just that he was being arrested, it was that he was forced to kneel at Trump's feet as he was arrested. Right, so there's a lot of racial overtones to that, yes. Right? Like even if you want somebody arrested, the fact that you want them kneeling in front of you as it happens is very it's like you're trying to empower yourself. Yes. You're trying to show that you're on a different level of prestige than this person that's being kneeled down and arrested in front of you. Like there's some racial overtones to that. Yes. And anybody that denies that is on a coon status that I can't even begin to describe.
Gemini, was there any response to the video from
That's crazy. That's crazy.
It took a minute. That's crazy. That's crazy.
That's all the response.
Yeah, I think they're enjoying this shit myself. You know what I mean? And they don't have no stance on it, no argument. They can't even twist themselves to come up on the stage and be challenged on it. It's just weird. Any other time, we have people in here, cackling and laughing. We have some insulting shit in the chat, and we got rid of those people. But I don't know where our MAGA crew is. I'm starting to get worried.
After he said that's crazy, I said he wants Obama, the black president, to bow down to him. Yeah. He literally had Obama kneeling at his feet, getting arrested. It's not racial though. This man has issues. No quality president would ever make that post, and he didn't respond.
No, exactly right. Nobody would be on the world stage talking about another U.S. president the way this guy is dragging
Obama. I just don't get it. And nobody says nothing. That's why I thought Hakeem was going to go out and maybe, what's the other dude with the bald head? I thought they were going to at least go out and say, you know what? You wildin', this is acceptable. We're not going to stand for it. We're going to push back. Obama's done nothing. Blah, 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 blah. It's been crickets. And now they're on vacation.
I mean, because right now, if I think people feel as though clearly you're doing this to cover up something. Okay, and if they go out and they speak on it, then guess what? Then the tides will turn on them.
Well, look, but who though? Who's gonna turn the tide on them? They were not
the same person that's turning the tides on Obama.
But see, we shouldn't care, First Lady.
I'm sorry, I'm not going to jail, ma'am. I'm sorry.
Well, I'm not going to say anything like I'm going to take him out or anything. I'm waiting on Jasmine. Jasmine going to have to say the day again. I mean,
God,
Jasmine going to have to say the day again. Why is it always the black woman? She got to come out and she got to say what needs to be said, and we just whisper it in the dark. It's like, come on, y'all.
For those that haven't seen the video, hit the chat real quick. I just dropped the link in the chat so y'all can see the video that Trump posted of Obama kneeling at his feet as he get arrested.
And he was laughing at that. Well, it's even though it's AI, it showed him like laughing while Obama was being put down and kneeling in front of him. You know, that was something that ridiculous to me as well.
I mean, Trump was just being nice to him at the, what was it, the funeral?
Yeah,
where would he
they were chumming it up. Yeah, they were chumming it up.
When was it?
Jimmy Carter from the funeral.
Yeah, they was kikiing. He was all up and smiling all up.
And Trump was loving it. Yeah, he was loving it in the video.
But he was loving it because
Nasty.
He was loving it because Obama was even paying him any attention. Because see, we played too nice. If I was there, I wouldn't even look to hit this fool's way at all. And then if he came up to me to say anything, I just would have walked off. Y'all keep playing with these people. Y'all keep playing with them. Keep playing with them. They don't have nothing good intended for us, so I don't know why we gotta keep pretending like we cool. It's like,
I just want to see one person that can watch that video and justify it on any level on why it would be cool to try to pick another president who's actually a very good two-term president, back-to-back terms, no separation, without crying as he left office, right? Like, why would we try to put him in a negative light or try to take down any of his legacy when he contributed so heavily to the American society and to our culture? Like, why would we do that? Why would we pretend behind that?
Michael, come on. First of all, he's trying to take down a bigger icon.
I don't know if he's bigger. I would say equivalent, but Obama's up there with MJ to me. Like at this point, he's
with Martin Luther King.
With yes, 1,000%. I put them at the same.
Oh yeah, he's up there.
Wow, I don't know about that.
I do. I think he had to say. I think Martin Luther was big on us being integrated and good on the civil rights movement, huge, but Obama represents hope to so many black youth that have never seen somebody that looks like them in that office ever in life. Nobody. We've never seen that before. We dreamed of it. We thought that might be possible. A lot of us didn't even believe that was possible. But now we know it absolutely is. Right? Like, he definitely is paving the way in a groundbreaking, he just changed everything, in my opinion. His election and re-election shows a lot.
Well, I know there's a lot of you on Clubhouse that will beg to differ. They're holding rooms on it, so I don't.
They can say whatever. He didn't do this for black people. He didn't come in there and make chicken half price if you got your African American breast.
Chicken half price.
Yeah.
Patty? Is that Patty?
Nah, man.
So wait a minute, but that's the thing. I feel like we never get a chance to really look at things in retrospect. So what Gemini did was bring us from the past to the current now, and when we not compare, but just look at the actual impact that they both had, I think that's why it's able to view it in such a way to say that they both had an impact in such a historical way, if that makes sense. Lisa, no?
That makes sense to me.
It makes a lot of sense.
And that's not to take nothing away from what Martin Luther did. Like, he is an amazing man. I don't care how they try to tear him down. I don't care what his faults are, because we're not going to talk about the Republican faults. We're not even going to do that. We'll be here all day, right? So, regardless of whatever faults he had, what he did is amazing. And his contributions as president, people keep talking about, well, at least Trump is getting people out of the country. At least he's big on immigration. Obama was the deporter in chief, not Trump, without the controversy. Right? And on top of that, he was a lot more efficient at it because he targeted the actual criminal element in the immigrants, right? 90% of his deportees were criminals who were fresh over the border. Yeah. Right? He wasn't going after families and people at court that were trying to do it the right way. Right? So, I don't know.
Well, to make you guys feel a little bit better about this, in New York, the ICE showed up at a immigration hearing, but guess what? And arrested the person at the hearing and ready to deport him. But to make y'all, he was Russian, so make y'all feel better. It was no Hispanic, whatever. They started to target. I guess in New York they're gonna have to be an equal opportunity deporter because it's not gonna go down like that. The way it's happened in California is not going to
first, don't take this personal.
He probably got him because he pissed off with Putin. Go after Russia.
I have a statement that Obama just made. Did y'all discuss this already? Somebody read half of it, but come to find out it was only half because I was going through back to the kitchen. And on the TV in the living room, they were showing like a 2-page response. You have the whole thing? Because it was the second page to me that was more interesting than that first page. Oh, damn, I only have a segment. All right, I'll look for it. No, because does it end with, okay, I should have saved it. Dang, that's crazy. But just an hour ago, your girl, I thought she was going on vacation or some shit. So, they're calling for, where is here? They're calling for, I'm sorry. She's suggesting that Obama should be arrested. They gonna keep on, y'all. And CEO and GAs, he's on the stage telling us that, it's nothing. We should just be quiet. I'm like, what? What? And this is escalating hour by hour because they have to keep feeding the red meat to MAGA. Now that they're on vacation, they got to keep feeding them.
Well, Lisa, Trump proudly posted yesterday on was it 2 days ago, a picture of him saying that he was hunted and now he's the hunter. So he's feeling like real red meat to his folks, and he's going to do whatever he can to distract from everything that's going. His bad poll numbers, this Epstein shit, he's going to do whatever he can to distract from all this shit going on today.
Let me see if I can go on Truth Social because
Wait, Lisa, they're going after Vladimir and Andre and all this?
And Boris.
I'm telling you, that's what happened in the New York court today. And they had like 20 people come to pick this one guy up. I wonder what the hell he did. 20 officers come to pick him up. They were all in the elevator, all full. The elevator was full with ICE agents and this one dude.
Vladimir better change his name to Leonard.
So I know you're looking for something, but I have a quick question. What is it that the Supreme Court passed in regards to the president? So while you're sitting in office, you can't be charged, but I thought that you couldn't be charged at all.
You can't be charged for official acts while as president.
And it's kind of crazy because it's always been like that, right? They just made it.
Right. So why wouldn't that apply to Obama is where I'm trying to get at.
Because somebody said that it has, and I don't know how to tie this in, because maybe they was just up here talking and I don't know who said it, but they said this had to do with Obama when he was out of office.
That's no.
No, he
the
was out of
investigation was when he was out of office. So
Mueller's investigation started when he was in office at the very end and continued until, I think, 3 years into the presidency, right? Because that's when Barr had freaking read off the Mueller report, remember? So the Mueller report came out after the investigation was completed. And that was years after he was out. But what is he being charged with? That's what I'm confused, because like he didn't do nothing in office. What they're saying is he covered up information, and I don't know how he would have been like covering up information. He told them to get rid of stuff. And to be honest with you, it's gonna have to start at the lower courts. So like, I don't know how this will.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just saying that for me, Patty, he's gonna take this as far as he possibly can. It might not end the way he wants it, but he's gonna drag Obama as long and as far as he possibly can. So,
Obama wasn't even involved in this. Like, he wasn't a part of that. He came after. Trump came after.
They were saying he was briefed during his executive briefings. They were saying that he was briefed that Russia didn't hack, and that's what she said. Russia didn't hack. If you read the report, it doesn't say Russia hacked our machines, right? Our election machines. It's pretty much the troll farms, the created Facebook accounts, how they influenced the election. That's what it was.
So you saw where Pam Bondi is on Joe Rogan saying what she's accusing Obama of in 2016. She's admitting to it. It's a shit show. They're not gonna do shit to her.
Wait a minute. You have to open that up because we don't know what you're talking about. What did she say?
April talked about it earlier. Joe Rogan, she was on in 2016.
Let me see if I can find it.
She was on in 2016. It's on Media Touch, I believe, but she was essentially saying what Patty just said about the troll farm. She was admitting to the fact that the Russians interfered in the election via the troll farms. What she admitting.
So she didn't say that today, so I can't pull that up. She didn't say that today.
It was an interview in 2016.
Oh, okay.
But it's been on some stuff. I'll try to see if I can find it. I think I might have saved it in Instagram, but I'll try to see if I can find the link. But I believe it's on Media Touch.
I mean, everybody agreed on that. They had
a CIA report about it.
I said everybody agreed on that. That's what's crazy. And the same players are in politics right now, and they're allowing this conversation to go. But I don't.
Right. There was a CIA report on it, on that. So yeah, it's just it is what it is. But it's funny to watch Trump flailing because that situation Lisa played today is like sickening to listen to. But it's like just sitting there, just grasping for straws. Talking about, well, like Obama, and like he's the worst, the press protects him. It's ridiculous to watch. And all if we could go back in time, like they say, like going back in time, like trying to stop Hitler before he started. If you go back in time to that press correspondence dinner where they were joning on Trump or whatever, if you could go back and stop that, Trump would have never even got into this thing probably.
So, Michael, I want you to think about something, right? The one thing that, one second, real quick, Trent. The one thing that we know that Trump has as his go-to card whenever he's in the bind is the deflection card every time, right? He goes back to Obama. He goes back to Biden. Like, that's his reference point. It's like he's so fascinated with them. So right now, there's heat on him, right? The Wall Street Journal is releasing unfavorable newsletters, press pieces, in regards to his involvement with Epstein and everything else. By doing this, you start to change the narrative and push the narrative away while you're in the hot seat and put it right back on who? The presidents that you don't like. So I really believe this is all just a major deflection to the way to try to get us to communicate about anything but him and the little girls he like or how he finds his daughter's titties sexy.
This, if, you know, I know y'all think I'm alarmist, but in all seriousness, this is the most serious.
My name is, I'm gonna change my profile thing, name on Clubhouse to Trent, the female Trent. Go ahead.
Thank you, baby.
Because I'm alarmed now.
Yeah.
She's a glutton for punishment.
I called my mother today because I told her to tell her prince, do not think that this is just deflection. This is the most serious threat I have ever seen to not only president, of course to a president, but to Obama. This threat is real. Do not laugh it off. Do not laugh it off and think that, oh, you know, nobody's going to. These people are serious. I get that they are insane, but it doesn't matter because they are in power. And because they control the reason why, and I told you this a long time ago, Mike, the reason why no one is going to come to the defense is because they don't want to get caught into the crosshairs. That's why you don't hear people like Hakeem Jeffries and others out there, you know, saying that this is wrong, when it obviously is. When a president is sitting in the Oval Office and calling another president for treason, this has happened in other countries. South Korea has jailed their president, and this is in modern history. This can't happen, and I just want to implore you guys, do not talk about this. I know the facts. I know that this is a bullshit case. I know that. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying it doesn't matter. They are not going to slow walk it like Merrick Garland did in prosecuting Trump. They are going to move extremely quickly. They are going to indict. They will likely indict Obama, and it will be very serious for the country.
They're not gonna be able to get him. He's not gonna get locked up. I hate to tell you that. There's too much evidence out there. Like, what's going on? You really think he's gonna go to prison and there's too much evidence?
Evidence doesn't matter.